Good evening, everyone, and welcome to session 3 of our first AP for RPG Reanimators, Signal to Noise. We're going to pick up right in the middle of combat, so let's go through one quick round of introductions, and I'm going to get right into an in media res summary. I'm Lex.
I'm Alex.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Shams.
I'm Joe.
Last session, you all made your way up to Signal Relay Tower 2 and trying to figure out what was causing the boosting and hijacking of this signal, ultimately finding these red vines that were thin and growing into and out of all of the circuitry, winding up to the tower where our lovely intern Colton found it was bearing some little bulbs, coming fruit, other things that just maybe someone should keep an eye on. As you tried to make your way back down from the tower after, I believe, according to the official police statement, the intern set fire and exploded the relay station building. And the rest of the team tried to get back into the van, only to find that there was a new passenger that was waiting for them in there. After a bit of a hectic reunion, you all either ran or bobsledded down the hill through the woods, following these red vines to an old abandoned farmhouse. Going inside, moving up the stairs and into the attic, you found the apparent source of this call, screaming for help as this woman's body eviscerated with these vines pouring, growing into and from her torso, connecting to a television set where her head should have been. As Officer Waters claimed that she was resisting arrest and had to open fire for self-protection, the rest of you happened to look back and see that the gray woman was standing in the doorway of this building. Our intern tried to run downstairs and find something to try and set fire to the farmhouse and try and escape, only to find this odd recursive instance where he ran out the back door and into the front of the building once more. This gray woman wanted to welcome this young man home and reached out for a warm, tingling embrace, ripping the soft meat and tissues between Colton's rib cage, causing him to scream out in pain and collapse onto the floor. The rest of you looking at this can see in Colton's crumpled up body, looking through this gray woman, you can see more of these red vines beginning to crawl out of the wounds in his chest and abdomen, rooting him to the floor, spreading like gory ivy. We are now going to go to Wade Waters. You are upstairs in the attic. You just finished lighting a boot on fire and shoving it into the torso of this woman who is fused to the wall. If I remember correctly, Clarence Bukowski ran through the door opposite you, on the opposite side of this too-tall attic room into this warmly lit hallway, screaming, his voice growing ever fainter. You look behind you to see the gray woman at the foot of the stairs. What do you do?
I make the appropriate life decision and I start running for that door.
Okay. As you bound across the hallway, your footsteps, did you take both of your gasoline-soaked boots off or just the one?
Well, both, because they were soaked with gasoline, so I didn't want to be caught on fire.
Fair thinking. Okay. So as your sock-clad feet start bounding across this creaky wooden farmhouse floor, and you hit into this doorway with brown carpet, beige walls, and intermittent lighting, you notice your feet sink in a little bit as you're running. Your footsteps cease, becoming very muted thump, thump, thumps onto this soft flooring. Roger, what are you doing?
I turn and look at the poor, unconscious, and helpless Colton, shaking my head. God damn it, I'm gonna hate myself for this. I want to try and untangle him, and though he's not like a really big and burly guy, is he? No, okay, good.
I
because
imagine he
I'm
weighs $120 max. He may be
Yeah.
6'2", but it's just all
It's
wiry.
beanpole. Yeah. Is he
So-
still held by the gray woman? Just so we're clear on what you're getting yourself into here.
I know
The gray woman is standing right over him, and you can see these voids of her eyes went from looking at you, sinking through her head at him, and are now sort of hovering around in this area. You also know that whenever you were holding your makeshift club/spear out of the thing underneath the stair banister that I never looked up between sessions and still don't know what the fuck they're called, you were able to stab this right through her. So you could run through her if you so chose. I'll tell you, it's probably going to require a strength roll if you want to try and grab Colton and then start doubling back.
Yeah, I want to take my little sharp pointed mini spear and just start hacking away at these vines to get him out of there. So, strength roll. Come on, Roger. Okay, that is a hard success. 28
Okay.
under 60.
So using this, you are going to spend your turn essentially standing a little in front, a little inside of this specter of the gray woman, trying to essentially just clear out all of these roots and things that continue to grow out of Colton's body. Clarence, you are in this hallway. The sounds of combat and screaming are becoming ever dimmer. What do you do?
I am looking around. What do my surroundings look like? Am I still in the house?
It doesn't seem like it.
So
As-
is it even plausible that this space exists?
Absolutely not.
A sand
You
roll.
saw, yes.
I am bad. 75.
All right. That is going to be a D6.
Okay. I am an engineer, so this really fucking hurts. So I actually took 5.
Okay.
But that already brings me to indefinite, so I'm not even gonna roll.
Perfect. Okay. In this case, I will go ahead and
It's not right.
let me. Okay. I'm going to whisper this bout of madness to you. As you're looking around inside the hallway, you can see that the walls are this very inoffensive light beige. The floor is the same rough brownish carpet that you're so familiar seeing at the station and everywhere else. It seems to have a nice layer of sponge underneath it. It seems kind of soft. As you look up, you can see the length of this hallway stretching an interminable amount in the distance, intermittently lit by regular lights coming from nowhere. The ceiling is completely continuous with these spots of light shining out where fluorescence should be. As you turn around behind you, you can see Officer Waters is running down the hallway, making very little sound.
Okay, he's gonna notice that I am starting to like calm down and be a little more confident. And I'll, give him a friendly wave. And I'm gonna go deeper. We just gotta figure out what's going on. Where's the cameras?
All right. And with that, the gray woman is going to try to give you some assistance, Roger. Seems like
I'm gonna try and dodge.
uh-huh. Make it a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to, let's see here. I need to do some math. I want to do that. Yeah, I this is a bad situation. Don't have many hit points. I'm going to spend 31 luck to make that a hard. So I have 9 luck right now.
Would you be able to buy that down to an extreme?
It's actually physically impossible because with those 9 points, I can get that down to a 16, but that is 6 away from being an extreme. So
okay.
my heart is as good as it gets.
Okay. I will tell you what. For burning that much luck to get to a hard, I will only roll 1 of her damage dice for this nice embrace.
Okay.
So as you are desperately trying to free Colton from all of this sound of static is growing ever louder and louder in your ears, especially with one part of your head in it, and through it, your head is screaming in pain. As you're just about to reach down to grab Colton, you see another hand with 7 fingers reach and grasp your arm. It doesn't touch you so much as start moving your flesh. You start feeling like your arm has fallen asleep for too long and is starting to get pins and needles burning it, trying to wake it back up again. As you start seeing your flesh not bubble or burn, but be removed inside of this static of her hand, you're going to take 5 damage.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs. 1. 2, that is a major wound because I only have 9 HP. All right,
Okay.
Roger. This is the moment of truth. Okay. I got a hard on the con roll to stay conscious.
Good. And for her second action,
Oh,
looking
Jesus Christ.
at this skin being removed from your arm, you begin seeing your veins and muscle tissue start sprouting these same vines reaching for your coat as well.
I should have left the intern.
Colton, you feel like there's a lot more screaming and activity going on right above you. Where are you at right now mentally?
Unconscious. But I think he's having like a terrible dream of like attempting to get coffee for people. But every time he turns on the coffee machine and like pours it out, he looks in the cup and there's just that red mass that opens up into an eyeball that looks at him, and he pours it down the drain, doesn't want to look at it, just keeps happening. Then he hears Roger screaming from the office. But why is it such a scream of pain?
He really wants his coffee.
Was the coffee
Genuine
too
terror.
hot?
Right. Officer Waters, as you are running down this hallway that just seems to keep going, these lights over your head on this soft floor kind of remind you of when you used to run on those pads in gym class. You see Clarence was in front of you that slows down and starts to have a, come on, guys, look about him.
So I'll just like run up, like, what are you doing?
I have to admit, you had me fooled in the first half. This is quite the elaborate setup that you've established.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? This is. Oh, I get it. Oh, we're in this crazy area where we can't get out, and there's this monster trying to get us. I know it's Halloween month, but you gotta. Okay, I'll play. I'll play along. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, officer?
How does this?
Are you even an
benefit me?
officer?
Yes, I am. I am.
He's
a
certainly
police
not a
officer.
detective.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This is not a joke, man.
Oh no,
Like,
I don't
why
think
would I
so.
do this? Like, you tell me the purpose of this. What do I gain from this?
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is your debut, and you're doing a hell of a good job. Like I know Rosenbaum's always looking for another scheme to get views.
You think this is for TV?
Oh yeah.
No, man, we gotta go. Come on. I'll like grab for him and
Dude,
try
that's
to.
obviously a camera, and I point towards the ceiling.
You look and it's a very smooth ceiling. You can see this light is emitting from nothing over your head. Must be in the corner somewhere.
Do we even? Where are we?
You tell me, buddy.
I
And
don't know. That's why. That's when usually when you don't know something, you ask.
Well, look, can I see your script?
I don't. So I'm just.
I think that's a great cut point to then smash cut over to Roger Dodge. You're standing over Colton's body, watching your arms spew out these wiry vines. I would like a sanity roll,
Oh
first and
yeah.
foremost.
Oh yeah. I feel very helpless right now. That is a pass.
Still one. That's not what you want to see.
Now I'm
You would
one
hope for
away from-
scabbing more than anything.
Oh bloody hell! That means my my bout's gonna act up again. If
That
it already
darn bout.
wasn't. So at least there's not that much technology around me, but I might start hallucinating seeing technology. Okay. Well, I'm still somewhat keeping my cool. I really shouldn't be, but I somehow am. And if it's growing out of my arm and I'm not being anchored down, this is the moment where I pick up Colton and get the fuck out. I am going upstairs.
Okay. So since you... Okay. So since you already cleared some of this stuff out and you're standing over Colton, you have a good enough sort of leverage point just to grab him, hoist up, and bring him there. The only thing is, you were only really able to clear the vines off of one side of him before you got disturbed. And so there's this uncomfortable ripping sound as you pull Colton up off the floor and red spatters underneath him. Colton, you're going to take 1 point of HP damage as these veins, these wires, these vines are ripped out of you.
I don't have time to think about that.
There's little bits of meat and t-shirts still left on the floor of this old farmhouse. So you're going to grab Colton, and where are you going?
I want to run upstairs to that door. I don't know
Okay.
if I can make it to the door, but I want to get as close as I possibly can.
Give me a con roll.
All right, Roger. That's hard. I can make it an extreme if need be.
Not necessary. So this is where your bout is hitting and you're managing to leverage this technophobia and just knowing that whatever this gray woman is, it's still something to do with technology, and harness all of that fear and pump your legs up the stairs, running in through the door in this hallway. You can see 2 figures standing off into the distance as you are running up towards them. We can have a quick moment as your feet sink into the floors. You all can join each other.
When you see Roger going through the door, he's just crying. Like,
Whoa, those are some crazy effects.
And I'm just sobbing, and like as soon as I see them, I'm just scuttling in a sorry state to try and get up to them. And I splay Colton on the ground. We gotta help him. We're losing him.
What?
And though I only have my base and first aid in this panic state, I'm gonna try and resuscitate him. Get him
No,
up.
that's got to be some kind of like CGI.
What's wrong with you, man? This isn't CGI. CGI doesn't do this. And I show him my fucked up arm.
What does that even mean? It's 1989.
CGI was invented
Is that
in
like
the
Tron?
1950s.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn. Okay, so is someone going to try and roll first aid on poor Colton?
Oh, I think I can.
God bless.
Is this what about the star of the show, the whoever's playing that slasher?
Yeah,
role?
I'll roll first aid on him.
I'm looking around for the gray lady.
As you're looking sort of back and forth while these chuckleheads keep trying to just reapply Colton's makeup or something,
True.
you can look and see standing in the middle of this hallway is the small farm door that you came through, as this figure of the gray woman leans down to put these black void eyes looking in at you and closes the door.
Oh, wonderful. I don't know what's worse, the gray woman coming in to pursue us or the gray woman being like, nah, and then closing us in.
Well,
Yeah,
whoever's playing
that
the Gray
one.
Woman is an amazing actor. So, and these practical effects, it can't be CGI. It has to be practical.
You need to get a goddamn grip on yourself, man.
You need to calm down.
Do I? This is not a
The
situation
producer
where you
is
be
probably around the corner, manning all these cameras, and I wave around to like nothing.
calm. Please, I wish there was a producer.
I'm just gonna
around
open
the
one of the
corner.
doors.
There's no doors in this hallway.
Are
It's
there any
just-
corners?
No. It's
It's just
unbroken,
one hallway.
stretching off into the distance. Wade, how did that first aid do?
It was a 48 under 62, 65, excuse me.
Okay. So you notice a couple of things. First, I'll let you roll a d4 to give some HPs back to Colton. I feel like he may need them as you stop the bleeding through these holes, making tiger stripes in his abdomen.
2.
Oh, you've doubled my points.
Welcome
And
to the
you also
4-HP
notice as you're trying to staunch the bleeding and wrap, I imagine you may like have ripped a piece of shirt or something around to try and keep his innards in one place. These little veins are growing into the wall, into the floor where he's slumped, reaching in to this wallpaper and carpet. You see them actively moving. Sanity roll, please.
I'm still in my bout, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need to roll.
You're just like, wow, that's really cool. How did they do that?
I'm wondering.
Oh. It's a 25. How much did I lose from last session?
I rolled a 93.
Well, I feel like, Roger, you've seen these in your arm. You may
That's a
be
good point.
potentially hiding that from the rest of them.
Uh,
But Wade hasn't seen these yet, and they're actively wriggling. Do you have
Yeah.
more than a quarter of sand?
Yes.
Okay, then subtract a penny from it. 1 sand.
Okay. All right. So I'm seeing these things wriggle like out of his body.
They seem to just be sort of like little. You remember in school you used to grow like the lima beans and pea shoots, where just these little vines are sort of reaching out for anything, and they grab and then they start curling around to get better footing. It's slow, it's gradual, but you feel like he's just going to be rooted in place, quite literally, if he
So
doesn't get up.
can I like lift him up and like cut with a knife to get him off the floor?
You have your pocket knife, yes. You can cut around these vines are kind of tough as you try and cut them, and you actually notice that it's parts of the wall and floor are coming away before you're cutting the vines that they're growing into. It seems
Okay.
kind of soft and spongy.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll start cutting it, and as I'm cutting it, I'm gonna start pulling him up like a potato.
Okay. Let's say, do you want to slap him a little bit?
Why?
I mean, if
Wake
he's
him
not,
up?
if he's not waking up, then
Unless
I'll
you want a fireman's carry, something that is like growing onto whatever he is coming in contact with, you could have a very interesting backpack or wear Colton like a stole or something.
Jesus Christ.
So I will just grab his shoulders and just scream directly in his face as I shake him. Wake the fuck up!
No roll required. I feel like that'll do it.
Wow, they're so angry about their coffee.
Yeah. Black 2 sugar spun counterclockwise shaken. He wakes up with a jolt. Oh God. Oh God. Shit. My ribs. Oh fuck. Oh. And he's I don't know that he rolled sanity at the time. Yeah, he's freaking out.
Colton,
It's
get up before I fire you.
Yeah, where's the director,
Director?
Colton? You know?
As you're asking, he spits a little bit more like old blood down his face.
Actually, as you cough up, this
Got a blood bag in there?
little white bit comes out of your mouth and falls on the floor. It's like one of your molars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slow reach down, pick it up.
Your tooth?
What's happening to me? Is that something?
Don't put that back in. I'll grab his hand. I'll grab his hand. Like, no.
No,
We'll get you-
he's opening his mouth so you can look inside. Is something happening to me?
I'm just gonna start grabbing him. I'm just.
It looks like he has a
grab.
very large copper filling or a gold filling.
I'll take that.
Ah!
This is crazy. I think
I'm not gonna-
Rosenbaum
I
is going to make a lot
But I
of
am
money.
gonna try to get him up.
This will sell nice at the pawn shop.
Where are we?
We're
Hell.
the executive suite, but we got to run, man. Something's going on. There was a fire. We got to get out of here. Come on,
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, wait,
Everyone?
hold on.
I'm taking control of
Action.
the situation. There's a fire. Please move your ass down that hallway.
Come on, Colton. I'll help.
I'll follow the orders of the maybe cup.
I'll kind of like prop Colton up against my good arm and kind of just like cradling the fucked up one.
Yeah,
So-
Colton's got to have like one hand just slowly moving against the wall, like to keep him steady, and the other's holding his side, and you can start to see the little vines creeping around his finger, like the little pumpkin
It's now,
vines.
growing around those pieces of wall and floor and just kind of, it's helping to staunch the blood a little bit more as it's just holding it tighter.
Damn, that's crazy.
As
So,
you
anyway.
are shuffling down the hallway with your hand against the wall, you know what you're expecting to touch. And this ain't that. As your hand reaches out, it's almost warm and soft. Your hand, like it gives a little bit as your hand presses it.
I don't like
Feels
that.
kind of comforting.
Oh, I do kind of like it.
Can I stop him from touching things? Is there like, do you know, in like offices, like those miserable people who are walking around with the mail carts? Is there like a mail cart? Because I want to put his ass on the mail cart and drive him around.
I don't think there's much of anything in this hallway.
Maybe somewhere.
Oh, you got a utility knife, officer?
Yeah.
Stab the wall.
Why?
I want to see what's behind it. There's no doors around. There's got to be a
this
way
is
out.
not-
Anyway.
this is
We
not
cut
the
our way
time
out
for
of the
this.
set.
You see
It
him? He's
does look
bleeding
kind of
out.
spongy.
Well, I'm
What
not
the
seeing any doors down
What
this
the fuck is
infinite
wrong
hallway.
with you
Nice
two?
effect, by the way. I think I'll be okay. I feel like the main
What's
character.
wrong with me? I've got vines growing out of my arm. That's what's wrong with me.
Then let's go.
Okay, then stab the wall.
No, we
Okay,
got to keep moving.
I'll stab the wall.
Gotta keep
Okay.
moving.
I'm gonna keep moving because these motherfuckers. They're
He's not giving me the knife.
I'm
You stab the
curious.
wall,
I wanna see
checking
what
the
happens.
checking the quality of the set that this clearly is. And your knife, is it a box cutter or like a pocket knife? Do you have a Leatherman?
It's just a Leatherman, yeah.
Okay. So your knife easily punctures into the wall like a potato that's ready to eat.
Wait, I did want to do that.
No, well, I'm talking to Clarence, sorry.
I don't know if he gave me his knife.
I'm not giving this crazy
You're the,
motherfucker. a
Yeah.
you're
knife.
the station engineer. I think it's acceptable
I
that
would
you
have a
might have
knife?
your own
Okay.
Leatherman.
Then
Yeah.
I'll take my my multi tool out. I'll take my multi tool out, and I'll just puncture the wall.
It slides
I'll-
right in.
All right, and then I'll cut a cube.
So moving this down, it's giving a little bit of resistance, but like once you start putting some pressure behind it, it's sliding through. Pull your knife out, cutting a solid square out of this,
Wow, this set must have been expensive to make. What's beyond the square?
reaching, like trying to get to this rubber that the wall is clearly made of, and you peel it down. It's spongy, almost fleshy to touch. And as you do, there's this like slight ripping sound slightly, and you look inside. and it's more of the exact same wall. You look into the hole, it completely continuous, the same beige textured paint.
Wow, what an intricate set.
Fuck, you just keep cutting. Is it infinite? What?
We
I
should
don't
not
know.
go into that.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's.
Claire,
You feel like you
Colton
could
has-
tunnel your way through this if you were feeling determined.
hey Colton, you want to live?
Colton is moving ahead. He heard keep going down the hallway. Like he's just
Okay, so I'm gonna go with
padding.
Colton.
Yeah, if
She
I'm
was
seeing
still
it
there.
be exactly the same under there, I was gonna be like, "You want to tunnel, Clarence? By all means." But I'm gonna go with team. I want to live.
Well, it's got to stop somewhere. I kind of want to keep tunneling.
I've turned around and I'm already walking.
I'm going to look for a bigger tool first, so I'll stick with you.
Okay. As you all are settling into step, moving down this hallway, Wade notices it more than anyone due to his shoe situation or lack thereof. The floor is also very soft and spongy and kind of warm to the touch. As your breath settles down from the events in the farmhouse, you all stop talking. You keep walking down further in this stretching hallway. The only ways to check your passage of time or distance are these lights that just fan overhead. And as things sort of get quiet, that's when you hear there's a constant sound. It's you didn't pick it up before, but it's that very high-pitched sound, like when you would turn a CRTV on, that you more feel in the back of your teeth than hear with your ears. As you stop, that's the only thing that's ringing through, like an electric tinnitus. You keep walking further down the hallway. And eventually, one of these points that you just keep going through, light, dim, Roger, you happen to notice you walked right past a gap. It looked exactly the same as everything else, but you can stop and go back at T's off to the right.
Hey, you guys see that? It's actually branches.
Is there an ending?
Where are we, guys?
What?
We were in the farmhouse. How did we get here?
Oh, you're finally snapping out of it, huh? Oh,
It's
great.
not funny.
See
You
these
tell-
vines on my arm? That's what fucking happened in that farmhouse.
Jesus Christ, that's a sand roll and then another bad
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Oh yeah, that's the makeup. Of
I
course.
failed. I failed.
That's a D4.
D4. Okay, I lose some sanity. Give me another bout of badness.
We're just
One.
gonna okay.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be rocking with the same for right now. Things might switch up later, but
Okay. So I
That's
look at you
amazing.
funny, and we're like, "Yeah, those are great practical effects."
Oh,
We
send it
lost him.
right back to
Again,
denial.
Roger, is there a door? And Colton is still like he probably fell a couple times, and he's back up. And is
Colton,
there a
this is why I
door? We
had you
need a
propped.
door. We need a door.
Well, I don't know, but I'd rather take this
Look, we
branch
can just
and keep...
cut our way out. It's fine. We'll meet up with the producers. Rosenbaum's gonna rack in a lot of money from this program.
Okay, before we
How is
start
that?
playing Dig Dug, let's go down this tunnel and just see.
Okay,
What
I'll
happened?
humor you, actor number 2.
How does that even make him money? Colton's stuck on the. It's Mr. Rosenbaum.
Views, my friend.
Why would
I
someone?
don't know if
watch
I'd call this a particularly profitable publicity stunt. And if it was a publicity stunt, I am sure he is pissed. that we blew up that radio relay.
As you are talking about this and staring at this, hallway that is branching off to the right, Wade, you happen to notice a white figure pass across the hallway in front of you, like in the north direction you were initially going. It's this
okay.
slim white shadow going
Is there any other
across.
direction that we could walk?
Yeah,
Back
there's
the way you came, to the right, or to
yeah,
the
to
figure?
the right.
We'll go to the right.
I'm not going any figures moving around in here.
Do I see them?
Sure.
I'm gonna chase after them. It's like, hey,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
how do we get off this set?
Deuces.
He's a distraction. Let's go. Please, let's go.
I'm like
We're
jogging after the figure.
We're going to the east.
So then as Clarence is like, hey, I'm not out of here now. And the rest of you
Yeah.
just
When's my
wave.
union mandated break?
And then the rest of you just like, bye, down this right facing tunnel hallway, sorry. And you can keep walking. You see in these darker sections of the wall, this beige paint seems to be slightly darker than it should be and about the shape of a rectangle. As you keep going forward, you can see hallway branch into a full T junction ahead of you. Down the hallway you were looking, you can see more of these darker shapes along the walls. Along the left, you see what look almost like doors, sort of a ways further down. And on the right, you see a hand laying across the junction, poking out from what must be another turn in the hallway, laying still on the ground.
Kind of like adult hand we're talking here.
It seems to be adult. It's not
Mhm.
as small as a child's hand. You notice the fingernails they seem to be painted a little darker. Maybe black or maybe red. It's hard to tell with this lighting.
I will approach with my pistol drawn.
I will
Okay.
approach cowering in Officer Waters' shadow.
I will approach slowly because I'm still very hurt.
Wade, as you start moving towards this hand, you get about halfway across, and it's pulled back through the hallway.
Nope.
Okay, folks. So we're gonna go back
that's a
the other
trap.
way.
We're not going
No.
that way. Let's open some doors.
The doors.
Okay, so I'll open the door to my right.
You can turn back around, and where there were just these shapes on the wall, there are wooden office doors, just where they should have been a second ago. You want to go and try and open one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Place like a fucked up version of WSHP TV.
As you reach for the handle, it's this metal curving handle. It jiggles like it's locked. You can each time the door isn't opening.
I kick it.
It's okay, Mr. Waters. I have a key. Oh. Never mind.
You kick it,
Oh.
and it rattles in its frame a bit.
So you have a key? Open it then.
Yeah.
I'll walk him over. I won't throw him
Sure.
as much as I want to, but I'll walk
and
him over.
he's going through the station keys and just not.
And that's whenever you have this ring of keys and you're holding it up, there's no key slot. It's just this, it's weird. It's just this metal square protrusion with the handle sticking out. You don't even see a
Uh-huh.
latch or anything on the front.
I don't think this is WSHP. I forgot I have a weirder voice than what I did.
It's okay.
Yeah, the
Keep
vine's
on-
got in your vocal cords. It happens.
Little vine just
You start sounding a little
like
odd.
pops out and he slurps it back up like spaghetti.
Oh god!
You start
that is-
sounding a little auto-tuned the more you're talking.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's-
The key doesn't. There's no keyhole. How am I supposed to?
What if the square's like a big button? Maybe if you just press it the right way.
Okay. And he puts his bloody hand like against the little square. It's dryish now.
Okay. As you're mashing around, it's the door is moving in its frame. It's rattling kind of softly against these soft walls. It doesn't seem to be moving. It's not giving, doesn't seem like there's a fingerprint scanner or anything. As you all are getting frustrated, maybe turning, looking down at the other doors dotting this hallway,
Try another. Oh.
you hear an unlatching, and the door creaks open in front of you.
Open sesame.
Colton takes the knob and opens it in front of
Wait, no.
Clarence, you start running down this hallway looking for the junction that you saw the figure in the white coat. You get to, it must be about that place because you now see there's hallways on either side, to the left and to the right. They would have gone down the left-facing hallway. There's these doors are now sort of dotting every odd interval around in there.
What shape was the humanoid figure? Was it like a woman or a man?
It's hard to tell from the distance. Your eyes mostly just caught on this splash of white, and it seemed to be skinny going across. I will say it didn't seem as unnaturally tall as the gray woman.
Okay. Well, hey, is anyone out there? And I'll go down the hallway to the left.
Okay. Following down the left, calling out, your voice doesn't echo across these soft walls. You're moving. These junctions are starting to be a little, the gaps in the hallways are larger. And you're seeing it start to get kind of rigid, almost cubey, moving around as these walls are making less sense. And as you're calling out, you hear further off to the right.
Okay, then I will head towards the direction of the sound because I've got so many questions. I gotta ask the producers and the directors.
Okay. As you are sort of begin meandering your way around, there's now doors at very even intervals. They seem to be a little crooked in their frames. It seems like, maybe the studio was getting a bit shoddy with the construction.
Am I getting closer, or
you feel like the sound is getting closer? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll keep moving my ass.
Okay. Moving your way through.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Standing in front of the door.
I open the door.
Okay. The door creaks open in front, needs a little WD-40. And inside, you see this white tile flooring, you see these white subway tiles spanning up a certain degree of the wall, tile across the floor, punctuated with this dark, rusty red spatter on the opposite wall. It looks like there's a table turned over. There's papers and rubbish all over the floor as a body is slumped on the opposite wall with this crater where their face was once. They're wearing a
Rosenbaum's
white
going all out with the effects.
They're wearing a white coat. There's a revolver in their right hand and an open briefcase in their left.
Oh, okay, this is obviously part of the set. So I'm gonna check out the body and the briefcase, and I'll pocket the revolver.
Okay. You get up to the body. You can see that the coat has monogramming for the Aether Institute in
Okay.
all caps, AETHIR.
Well, that was on the TV.
There's a pin underneath it with the name W. Tanaka. As you reach down, do you want to check out the gun or the briefcase first?
Probably the gun. I open it. Is it a real gun?
As you pick it up, yeah, it's hefty. It's a revolver. You open it up. Does Clarence know a lot about firearms?
I have 40, so I would assume so.
Sure, like you've had revolvers before. This one's
Yeah.
a little, it's interesting. Most revolvers have 6 cartridge slots.
Mhm.
This has 7. You open it up, you can see spots for bullets in each of those. Give me a luck roll.
Okay. That's a pass.
Just a regular pass?
Just regular.
Okay. By that point, then, you can see, sort of looking at the other end of the slots, you can see that there are 3 rounds left, 4 being spent out of this revolver. And then looking along the side of the barrel, it is branded as Delmont Armory, 8.75 millimeter.
That's not a real cartridge.
So,
8.7 millimeter? Jesus Christ, that's not real. They custom built this gun for the set. Wow, that's such a commitment to the craft.
and so your eyes are sort of focusing on this, and as they go back towards the floor, you can see that the briefcase is propped open. It looks like there's a pile of notebook papers. Most of them are soaked through with blood. There's a heavy amount of, it looks like just random lines, almost like it must have been the plans for trying to develop this kind of wacky hallway set that you're in.
Honestly, I was expecting like lorem ipsum on these documents, but they went all out. So
Well,
what's on these documents?
as you're glancing through, there's only one that's you have to fold some to get to it. This one is still legible in blood, as you can read this, putting a handout in the Discord.
Alrighty. What is this? Aether research log day, question mark, question mark, question mark. Can't escape, can't find way back. I mean, it's a little tropish, isn't it? Library only, way out. Right? Tape. Screens and tape. Must be a code. Ray woman. Stocks. No sense. Applause. Good / worthy. Some kind of crazy symbol. Found twice. Tape. Both had clouds. Seen 3 times. Must mean something, referring to another symbol, a wrench symbol on tape with grass, some other building symbol. A lot of speculation here. No way home. I won't be part of this place. Forgive me. And then, bang. Classic trope.
And you can see there's a VHS tape in the briefcase, and the wall you didn't notice before. It must have been hidden by the door. It seems like the wall is made with this weird supercomputer thing. You know, it reminds you of the historical documentaries about early computers with the different tapes and lines going across. There's a screen on the far side with what looks like a VHS player that they propped up vertically for some weird reason.
What does this VHS tape in the briefcase have any symbols on it?
It says Aether Institute on the sticker in the center.
All right, might as well plop this into this VCR player and give it a watch.
The discoveries made during the tragic 1967 moon landing disaster fundamentally altered the way we think about our world. all disciplines of science, from mathematics to physics to biology, were profoundly transformed that day in July. 12 years of laboratory testing and research yielded fantastic results. A new reality, hidden between the wavelengths of various radio waves and other naturally occurring phenomenon, was finally breached. By using a signal modulation interruption device, display screens could be transformed into gateways into and out of this world, and potentially to other worlds beyond. Additionally, it is theorized that entities within this dimension could be solidified and brought into a physical state which could be interacted with by researchers. Unfortunately, this new reality was completely alien to the human psyche, and later testing devolved into insanity.
The rest is static.
What a lore dump.
Wade, you're opening the door. Or who was it that was opening the door into this room?
I believe it
Well,
was Colton.
No, Colton
Colton.
opened it. I'm behind him. Yeah.
Okay. So, Colton, as you open this door, you can hear the sounds of a television set inside. It seems to be just playing this garbled chatter. You see, in a room, it seems to be pretty gray, empty, unlike the warm hallways. The TV set propped up in the middle of the room with no cord or wiring, in front of this sort of burgundy floral print couch.
This is from the last one. They watch us, we watch you watch us.
What are you talking about?
The last video. The last video.
Oh, you saw this on one of the videos. Interesting.
The one Rosenbaum showed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was on that one.
And are there like kind of in the video there's like little steps down? Does it kind of match that as well, or is this a different room, does he think?
At this point, you just like turn and look. There's only one door in here, and you're still seeing Wade and Roger in the hallways stretching behind you.
I'm just gonna go take a sit down for a second. And he just kind of walks into this room with the TV.
Sure.
I'll join him, but my first concern is the TV. I want to
Sure.
see what's playing on it.
The TV it seems to be playing a sitcom or something. The voices are a little bit garbled. As you're walking inside, you hear this almost like out of sync canned laughter or something. Colton, as you go to sit down on this couch, you see that the television, the signal it's really grainy and kind of out of focus. And it's odd because you're hearing talking as if multiple people to each other. But the image on the screen is an old man in a recliner. Roger, as you're being wary of the TV, you're walking around behind it and see there are no cords or wires. It is not plugged into anything. It's freestanding. And more than that, bless you, more than that, it's not emitting a whole lot of light in this room. The room is lit from somewhere. The TV feels kind of warm, actually, as you get closer to it.
Wait.
Especially considering it's not plugged in. I am not getting within 2 feet of the TV.
Wait, I think I figured it out. And he's like he hauls himself off the couch with a little rip maybe. And he's going to walk up and try and push his hand through the screen.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Okay. As you sort of get on all fours and reach out, this screen is soft to the touch. It's pliable. The man that was in this chair seemed to, he was kind of slapping his knee a bit as that canned laughter was going on. And you start pressing your hand through. You're feeling that same pins and needles sort of sensation as when the gray woman embraced you, and your hand sinks into this.
Oh God.
Guys, it's a tunnel. It's a tunnel.
As Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
he's absolutely like going full force now, trying to push his way through this television.
Do we want to go into the TV? Ask yourself that.
It's a way out. It's a way out.
The rest of you can see the image on this screen is sort of bending and distorting, but you can see that this old man seems to have gotten up from his chair, and over the sound of this canned laughter and booing, you see this kind of symbol almost brought onto the TV in the static for just a second, and you hear this man go, "God damn it! Get back, goddamn demons!" And you see that he is getting up and reaching for a double-barreled shotgun
No,
from
I'm
back behind his
human.
chair. As you're reaching through, Colton, it's your hand, your arm is almost up to the elbow at this point. This pins and needles, it's hot, it's burning, it feels like solar radiation almost. What are you doing?
He's gonna just try and launch himself through the TV. He knows this is a way out. He can
Okay.
get out. And if the guy sees him, he'll know he's just Colton.
Okay. So, first, I want you to give me a con roll, as this
absolutely.
burning is real. It feels like the worst sunburn that's continuing to bear down on your body.
Yeah. An 06. I've had worse.
SP40.
That's very
Yeah.
fair. So the man gets a shotgun, and you hear him start muttering, "Though I walk through the valley in the shadow of death."
Our
And-
Father, I'm human.
And as you say, "I'm human," the screen shatters and bursts out with blood. Colton, I am going to need a very important dodge roll from you.
Dive for cover, baby.
A regular. Yeah, I
How
didn't
much
think so.
luck do you have?
4. I could make that. I could spin that all the way down to a regular.
Well, let's just say Colton was pretty unlucky
Oh,
this day, as the sound of a shotgun blast rings out. This screen, this glass almost ruptures out as this torrent of blood and bone and other things wash out from them. Colton was diving through, sort of had his head and one arm clambering into this screen, and his body is knocked back, missing its arm and head, as his torso is sitting in this sloughing effluvia. Roger and Wade can both give me some sanity rolls.
the hat slowly drips out of the television.
His head is gone, and the hat just wafts
I
down
passed
in the background.
with a 14 under 57.
I still feel like this might be a D3 on a pass, unless you
Yeah,
feel like
I mean,
that's-
this is really
you've
fucked
worked
up,
with him for a while.
I've worked with him. I've especially bonded with him over these last few hours. When we were in the room pinpointing off the call sites. I've been
Mhm.
trying I risked my life to get this man away from those vines. And I tell him, "Are you sure you want to go into that TV?"
Wade, how did
So-
you do?
Oh.
He's speechless. His lips are moving, but no sound is coming out.
78 over 35.
Jesus Christ.
Let's give that a D6.
I lost 2, but that's enough that I.
This was still because
now-
of technology. You told him
Oh,
to
yeah,
stay away
he
from
went
that TV.
So
he went in and the
that is
TV
sick.
killed him. But it's enough that I am now indefinitely insane. So I am. That makes sense. That him dying is what put me over the edge. We have crossed a threshold that there's no returning from.
And Wade, why me, Waters?
You roll a 6.
It was 6. Yeah.
How smart are you feeling today?
I feel like I'm smart enough to know that I'm gonna have to get my own coffee from now
Probably.
on.
I would like
but-
it. Give me an intelligence roll.
Sure.
Boy, and you have a tough order too.
Yeah, that's rough. So I have to get under 50. But I do get it. I got a 10.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's not
fully
good.
comprehend what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
You want to fail that roll.
All right. So in this case now, we are going to
Well,
get you this here. Let me whisper this to you as a DM.
hold on. Just give me like 2 seconds to comprehend this.
Sure.
Plenty of time because I'm
Only way to survive is
dumbfounded by the body of Colton spilled in this fucked up living room.
And as it's still sitting in all of this bone and gore that is still kind of dripping out of this television screen, those little vines are pulling those bits over towards it, still ever reaching out for purchase.
So we're here in Imagination Land. And what we're going to do is we're going to collect a sample of these fucked up branches. Because that's what we do to keep everyone safe and keep everyone informed. So I'm going to sneak up on these vines like Steve fucking Irwin. And then once I get close enough, I'm just going to leap onto them. And I'm going to wrestle them as if they're a crocodile.
What the fuck?
And with that, we're going to go back to Clarence.
All right.
I am going to say that this video seemed to jog enough of your memories and reminded you enough of the actual world. It kind of brought you just a bit of a lucid moment.
Okay. But I'm still the main character, and Clarence always knows what to do. I just need to build one of those signal disruptors again. Can I use the equipment in this room? Because it's all like technology, repurpose it.
You don't really have any tools to do that. Like you've needed soldering, irons, things like that, and various stuff. You don't think you can just like come across a propane grill and then repurpose it into a flamethrower.
Don't worry, I'll find a way. I look at the camera and wink. And then I'll exit the room.
Okay. You exit this room and looking left and right across this hallway.
I'm going to try some new doors.
Sure.
The one across?
Yeah. The one across, as you open it up, it seems like they didn't finish this part of the set. It's just black.
I put my hand in. I'm going to reach for a light switch.
You reach out. You're not finding anything. Like your arm is actually reaching around where the back of the door frame would end, where the wall should be.
That's a little weird. But that's okay. Well, let's try the next door.
Okay.
I am constantly perplexed at how so much effort, high effort this set is, and then how low effort the set is.
Okay. And as you turn, you swore that it was just a hallway a second ago. Now it's back to this kind of jumbled mess. Weaving your way in and through, you see this figure in a white coat seems to be going across. little gap and junction you see between these two skewed bits of wall.
Oh, I know who I am. I'm the main character. I'm gonna run after them. Yo, wait up!
Dr. Kerrigan, you're hearing other survivors.
Wait, what? Hello? Hello?
Hi, I'm
my-
Clarence. How are you?
oh my
I get a
goodness.
handshake.
Oh, what? Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Well, I wandered onto your set. I have to say, it's quite impressive, director.
No, I'm not a director. No,
Oh, you're not a
I-
director.
No, I'm a
Who's
doctor.
the director?
I'm just a researcher. Who is the director of the institute there? That he dropped the name of.
Let's give Director Benjamin Franklin.
Dr. Franklin.
Director Franklin?
Yeah, Dr. Franklin.
Oh, so I gotta praise his vision and his composition and all the camera work. Great.
No, that's great. That's great. But how did you get in?
Oh, through the door.
Where's the door?
Back that way.
And you see he's like clutching this just kind of ragtag folder full of notes in his arms as he's talking to you. Okay.
How long have you been an actor? Want to grab lunch sometime?
Oh, I see. You haven't adapted well to the signal realms, have you?
The Signal
No.
Realms? Is that what they call this set?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think I see what's going on here. Yes, the set. Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna
the
need
set.
you to find the door that you came in so we can leave.
Why don't we posse up, partner?
Yes?
Okay, great. Let's go. You lead the way.
No.
How long have you been here? How long have you been an actor?
And he gets like a mile long stare just as you time wise. Hey, I don't know. I was just supposed to be watching the screen.
You have any interns? I could go for a coffee.
No, the interns were the first to go. No.
Go where? Oh, budget cuts. I get it.
Okay, just I need you to ground. Think about the door and think about how you
Yeah, it
just
was a farmhouse store.
great. Yeah, let's just go and you backtrack. We'll go that way. Great.
Okay. So tell
Yeah.
me about yourself, Mr. Calder. Or no, not Calder.
Oh, sorry. Mr.
Dr.
Kerrigan. I
Mr.
switched up
Dr. Kerrigan.
the I switched up the name tags when I took the coat because mine got blood on it. And he gets
Oh, okay.
again this stare, this vacant stare. It's
How
fine.
did they build this set? That's incredible.
I don't know all the things to it. There's
what do
quite
you
a bit
know?
of theoretical. They brought me. This is New Mexico, right? You're from New Mexico.
No, I'm from Colorado, man.
No, how did you get here? The
Colorado.
institutes in New Mexico. No, Farmington.
No, that's Colorado. I'm from Colorado, man.
No, I'm pretty sure I know where the institute is. It's
I don't
in
even
New
know
Mexico.
what institute you're talking about, Dr. Kerrigan.
The Aether Institute.
I don't give a shit about your Aether Institute. That's just like a made-up company for the set. For the
I'm
script.
sorry, I
You
keep
have a
forgetting.
script?
No.
Clearly, that script is what he's clutching so tightly.
Oh, show me the fucking script, man.
Get away from me.
Hey,
This is
we
my
need to
Nobel
chill.
Prize. You get away from me.
Do you notice I have a revolver? I'm not reaching for it or anything, but you just notice I have a revolver.
Does that revolver look familiar by any chance to Dr. Kerrigan?
It looks like the standard company issue revolvers
Okay,
they give to
okay.
all of the senior staff. in case there's an uprising of interns.
Yes.
It's really good at preventing union formation.
Yes. Oh,
Wow.
you do. Oh,
Wow.
you found the prop.
Of course, I'm
Yes.
an action hero. I'm the main character.
Ah, I see.
Want
Then
to see it? I pointed at it.
and he instinctively like ducks out of it. Okay, tell you what, I will trade you the script for the weapon, and I can help inspect it.
No can do. I'm a licensed professional. This is a real firearm.
What do you do?
Engineering.
You see him trying to calculate what part of engineering would give you a gun license. Okay.
Engineers are only given stun batons.
Okay. I tell you what, let's just get to the door and you can see my script.
Okay.
And that is as both of you turn in the direction as Clarence starts trying to backtrack through this hectic mismatch of these walls that are starting to form into just alcoves instead of hallways. You look and can see a hand laying past one of the walls off in the distance.
Someone sleeping on the job?
Kerrigan is speechless again.
Oh god. Yeah, he like legit is no. That's a trap, I think.
Oh yeah.
There
How many
shouldn't be
times have you
people.
seen it? Well, I mean, there's you're people.
Okay, yeah, you should go check it out since you're the action star.
Damn right I am.
And
I'm gonna
he's
check
and
it out.
Dr. Kerrigan's gonna stay about 6 or 7 paces behind Clarence.
Okay. And so this is where I'll ask, how are you going to approach it?
I'm gonna yell at the hand, like, "Hey, get up!"
As you yell, it doesn't react, it doesn't move. It lies still.
Okay, that's a little creepy. I can't obviously full sprint at it. That's a bit reckless for an action hero like me.
That sounds very appropriate for an action hero, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I will. I think I will full sprint at the hand because he obviously needs help.
Give me a con roll.
All right. That is a 73 out of 60. I'm going to spend 13 luck.
Okay. As you start approaching it, it's not reacting. You feel a little bit of an urge to show off. This Dr. Kerrigan clearly doesn't know.
I'm going to do an action slide, of course.
Yeah. So then as you run up to it and start going into this action slide across this rough, soft carpet, you can see the hand pull back across the wall as you baseball slide to third base and can see the hand is still connected there. It's sort of just what you see first is this fingers connected to a hand, to wrist, to elbows, to wrist, to elbows, beginning writhing and sort of twisting across the floor, connected like this great worm, this snake. As the hand pulls back and the fingers open and launch right at you. First,
oh, no.
I would like a sanity roll.
I'm already in my delusion, right?
Maybe, but a little more doesn't hurt.
All right, a little more. I failed.
Okay, D4.
Okay. That's 4.
Okay.
I'm at 40 sand out of.
You were
starting of
not
60.
expecting this kind of special effect.
Whoa!
This is
I gotta
going,
dodge it, right?
Yeah, it is springing directly towards your face.
Well, I'm a goddamn action hero.
All right, you want to dodge or fight back?
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Powered move. Action heroes fight back.
I got a hard.
Okay. This arm coils around in the hallway and launches straight where your face was. In true action movie fashion, you just lean back and watch these 20 feet of wrists and elbows interconnected shoot over you and then start twisting and contorting around. Dr. Kerrigan, you now see this and can give me a sanity roll.
Yeah, he failed his sanity roll, if you can
D4?
believe that. Yeah.
I can't believe it. He was doing so well after being in
Yeah.
here for who knows how long.
Only a couple. I can't imagine. Is he already indefinitely insane? Or
Let's
is
say
he
he's
just
been
keeping
doing
it
a
together?
lot of meditation, just trying to keep it together.
Okay, yeah, all right.
They
Just two
they
then.
have all of the senior staff go through
Fine.
imprisonment training to try and condition them to helplessness.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
he's fine. He'll live forever.
it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Yes, perfect. A demonstrable, and he's pulling out his instant camera and taking like a few pictures.
So as you just and you hit the switch to change to the next bit of film on your instant disposable camera.
Scritch. Yep.
Yes, you can catalog sufficient proof of more of these signal being creatures within the area. They seem to be adapting to form humanoid appearances. Clarence, it is your turn.
I'm gonna run, make distance
Where are you running?
down the hallway, right? Towards Kerrigan.
Okay. At this point, go ahead and give me another con roll to see if you can get past Kerrigan where he is standing. Feel like it might influence who make it attack
Okay.
next.
That's pass.
Okay. So at this point,
5 out of 60.
Dr. Kerrigan, you're taking these photos, hitting the switch to move to the next one. Then the last one gets really blurry because Clarence just would not stop moving. And it says you look down from the viewfinder, you feel the wind as he is rushing past you. And that's whenever you see the rest of this long arm come into focus and twist around, these fingers moving and launching at you. Wait.
dear.
You are wrestling, getting more of these vines, trying to pull them, sever them, take them for samples. They're not putting up much resistance.
So I'm not muted, right? Cool. So I'm literally like grabbing the vine and doing this as I'm wrapping it up around my arm. And I'm just like stepping back as I'm trying to pull it out of its orifice.
So as you are grabbing these vines and pulling out of this torso, you keep going, and they're seeming to be tangled and kind of rooted. There's some solid metallic and other more squishy parts that are coming out of this side. It's like the clowns pulling handkerchiefs out from under their collar. You start wrapping this around your arm until the point that there's this hollow sound as this torso seems to be more or less empty, with this almost a diode at the end of it you pull out from somewhere in the chest section.
So I'm just like, I just started looking around at random angles. Trigger warning, and I'll look at the diode to see what it's doing.
It only looks like a diode superficially. It's really confusing, as diodes will typically just be connecting from one area to the next just in terms of wiring, and this one has opportunities for 4 different connections and looks like there's a place for a positive incoming current and then a negative outgoing current, sort of in this warped mechanical attachment with all of these.
No idea what that means in character. I am a cop, and a bad one at that. So
Sure.
I'm just gonna be like, huh,
That's weird.
gross. And I'll throw it over my shoulder and I'll keep pulling the vines.
Okay. It's at this point you feel like you've gotten most of the vines out of this. You can there's a lot of hollow sounds coming from the former intern's chest cavity.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let some of the vine like unravel a little bit, and I'm gonna step my foot on it, and I'm gonna see if I can make a sound with it, like strumming a banjo. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Roger,
So
I feel like this may require another sanity roll.
So I'm gonna start strumming.
I'm just
Dun,
in
dun, dun, dun,
shock,
dun, dun,
just
dun, dun, dun,
barely
dun.
even to comprehend. Officer Waters is putting on his crocodile hunter guide, sitting out vines and playing it like banjos. This is madness.
This is show business.
I passed.
Okay. There's bigger things to worry about than Waters finally losing his shit. What are you doing?
After I let him have his little moment, as I just look at him just with shocked disgust, it's just like, officer, we can't just stay in here all day playing this pseudo banjo stuff. I mean, dude, I don't know about you, but I want to find a way out of this place. Fuck, why did it have to be Colton? God damn it. Is the hat still lying around? His hat?
Yes, I think it
I'm
landed a little behind the couch.
I'm gonna pick that up and stuff it in my jacket. This one's for the road.
Parts of the fabric is ripped by what looks to be 12 gauge buckshot.
Well, officer, want to join me in our attempt to just try and find a way out? Because clearly, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to try and crawl into any TVs.
Look, I can't carry this bass line by myself. Grab a vine, start playing. C minor.
No, I am not doing that. You are suffering from an acute case of madness and temporary dissociative identity disorder due to stress from the situation we find ourselves in.
You are killing my vibe right now, okay? I'm trying to keep us on the air, all right? So how about you have a nice large glass of shut the fuck up, grab a vine, and be useful. It's what it's what the Incarver wanted.
If this is how he's doing it, I think I'm just going to leave.
Okay. As you turn back towards the doorway that you came through, you can see the stairs reaching up.
Stairs?
Yeah.
There weren't stairs before.
There are stairs now. That's
Could I
weird.
whip? Could I whip? You know how like in the 80s movies they said, well, in
With the
real
towel?
life too, yeah,
Like you're
I'm
gonna
gonna do that.
the football
Mr.
jock
Vine,
thing.
right across his back, cat and nine tail style.
You might kill me.
Give me, let's just call this a dexterity roll. If you get a hard success, then it'll do
Hey.
the whoosh sound.
Hey, fighting whip is a real thing in this game. Starts at 15%.
Okay, where did the die go? Oh, we'll just use this one instead. Ooh, so that was at 82. So that's a failure, I'm going to assume.
Do you want to push the roll?
I do, because I really want him involved in this production. He can't leave. So what will happen if I push it?
Well, what's clear is that you're going to take this kind of heart diode and then use it to help wrap up and get some extra inertia behind
If you
it.
fail a push
That'll get
roll,
that solid whip crack.
So I'm imagining like Nutcracker music, like from the actual ballet playing in my head, and this is like a ribbon dance, and I'm going to use the ribbon to slap him.
So, Roger, as you are glancing at this staircase where you just came from a hallway, you hear this unnerved humming of what you think is supposed to be the Nutcracker, as from Wade.
Okay, he gave himself away by humming, so I'm going to try and dodge.
How'd you do on that, Wade?
I did pretty well. I got a 21, and this was a dexterity?
Yeah.
So that's a hard.
I failed my dodge roll.
Okay, well, that's fitting. I was going to say, like, even if you try to dodge, you're going to get caught by a bit of it. So let's say, Wade, why don't you give me how much damage do you want to do with this since you passed on that pushed roll? You're muted again.
I didn't want him to do any. I just wanted him to stay.
Okay,
Trying
well
to
then,
grapple me?
in that case, then you give a solid whoosh, and it sort of gets the seat of his pants, but doesn't seem to get any of the soft tissue.
What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Good. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. And
You
I'm
know, there's
gonna
a set
whip him
of
again.
stairs out here that wasn't here before.
Oh, well, let's go. So I'll start walking towards the door. I'll throw the vines over his shoulder and close it like a feather boa and start leading him to the stairs.
Here's what's going through my mind right now, right? Is that on the one hand, I really don't like this. On the other hand, this guy is way bigger than me, has a gun, and we've already gotten into several altercations before. So I think it's probably just in my best interest to now just play along. Oh yeah, don't forget the fucked up, ripped and torn tinfoil suit.
Oh, that's really adding to it. It's covered in meat now after he was wrestling around with it
Yeah.
on the floor. It's very pinkish in hue.
I forgot about the tinfoil suit.
I did too. I'm glad you remind me. And
Don't talk about this suit. This was painstakingly made by an immortal intern named Chad. Yeah, Chad. And we will always remember him and his name because that was his name.
If you're
Chad.
referring to the intern that was working with us, his name was Colton.
Whatever. And I'll keep leading him out the door.
as you all,
me?
Charlie, as you all are walking up the stairs, you can see, looking up, these stairs seem to be a little bit darker. The walls are a little more of a whitish hue than this warm beige from the other hallways. And the stairway stretches up, 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 stories ahead of you.
Wow. I mean, we're really making some vertical progress here.
As you start making your way up the stairs, I think Wade might be the first person to notice. You're getting kind of winded, like you feel like you've gone up maybe 5-6 stories. Let's say that your bout of madness is fading just a bit at this after, like, clearly you're just transitioning to the next set. This is just some hard kind of manual labor. And as you're moving up, you notice that your rather broad shoulders start hitting, kind of like bumping into the wall a little bit.
And I'll just, so first thing I realize is I have the vine in my hand.
And it seems to be wrapping around your fingers a little bit.
And I'll throw it off.
Is it? Well, those vines are the ones that are that's like connected to the ones that are wrapped around my neck right now, huh? So if they were wrapping around his hand, are they going in on my neck?
They're kind of reaching underneath your shirt collar. You can feel them. Just it feels pretty snug.
Jesus Christ! Okay, help me get these things off my neck.
You have a bolo tie de Colton.
It's pretty snug. Little help.
I will try to get this off of him.
Sure. So you can take it. Maybe your collar rips a little bit more from your one good reporting suit.
I've got bigger problems than my suit. My suit's already ruined because I've had to rip up one of the sleeves to attempt to cover up the vines growing out of my forearm. All right, so you've at least gotten some kind of a grip on our situation. You were really scaring me back there, talking like a crocodile hunter and thrumming vines like a bass. You tried to like whip me with it too. That was.
I know I lost it, but I do distinctly remember your performance was subpar, and we will address that later. But where are we? Last I remember was Colton got obliterated in a TV screen.
Yeah. Well, he tried going into that TV screen, rambling that it was the way out. I guess in a way it was, because he got blasted. And you were just messing around with the vines in there, but we stepped outside and there was a stairway that wasn't there before, and we're still going up it.
Why?
I don't know. You got a better plan? You want to go back down, go back to the hallway, see where, open other random doors, go see where that pale woman was running around that Clarence went chasing after?
I get it. So I'll even I know it's starting to get smaller. I'll mention that to him. Like it's getting shorter, like it's getting thinner in here, and I'll like move to the side and start like crab walking up the steps.
Sure. Roger, are you also crab walking, or are you just walking normally?
I'll walk normally, but if it gets narrower and narrower and we get to single file,
Yeah.
I'll gladly take the number 2 spot.
At a certain point, as you start making your way up the steps, Wade, you notice that you seem to be taking multiple steps at a time instead of just the one, but you're having to start crouching as it looks almost like some kind of a perspective shift as this is getting tighter and tighter. The higher up that you're going, these steps are getting a little smaller each time. And you just feel this hallway beginning to constrict around you. And after a point, whenever you feel like it's getting almost too tight to continue, you look back down and see a hand sitting across the entryway to the stairwell.
What?
Dr. Kerrigan, this thing is launching right at you. What are you doing?
Run. Yeah.
I meant dodge or fight back.
Yeah, no, he's dodging.
Okay. Make it a good one.
Oh yeah.
Better
That's
dodge,
not bad.
better than Roger.
Let me open his sheet because it's in a slightly different place. It's usually half dex, right? Normal.
Okay. At this case, as you and like go down, this hand shoots over your head again. It's having a really bad day, and you hear a thump as it starts moving and meandering around again. Clarence is still running ahead of you. It does not.
I'm gonna go after Clarence. Clarence, wait up! This thing is I never got such a good photograph of it. This
We
is
have
wonderful.
to run, Dr. Kerrigan.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. But I've documented it now. We can find our way out.
All right.
Okay.
If both of you are running, I want con rolls from each of you as
Do
this thing
chase
is
rolls.
snaking down the hallway in pursuit.
I'm gonna spend 12 points of luck to make that a success.
Hard.
Okay. So you are bobbing and weaving in and through here. These hallways are starting to become more and more disjointed. It's not even hallways, it's just sections of walls that are making blocks and things. It's not following any logical sense. You try to keep running, it's a flat wall in front of you. You can dodge around to the side and see that it's still splitting with more of these walls going in and around. What kind of roll do you think would be necessary to keep trying to find your way through? Do you want to try and dive into one of these doors? What are you doing?
Is there an actual door? Like a door we could close behind us?
You're seeing some of these doors, they're starting to look a little crooked, like in Beetlejuice, as it's becoming more and more disjointed over time.
You know the area, Doc.
No
How'd
one
you
can.
survive so long?
Kerrigan's gonna find the most closable looking door and then just dodge into it, like and try and shut it behind the two of them. Once
Okay.
Clarence gets through.
I would like for you to give me a dodge, a luck roll as you're
Ooh.
going for one of these doors.
No, man. Mm-mm.
Okay. Clarence, are you going with him?
I guess just still running. I'm gonna try my best to find the path forward, either using spot hidden or navigate.
Let's make it just a dexterity roll, as
Okay.
it's difficult to see where you're going as you have to keep looking. If you can stay light on your toes to avoid running into any dead ends.
All right, this is a 50-50, so we'll see what happens.
Don't you just love those coin flips?
63, I fail.
Okay.
Ugh.
So, continuing to go in order, Dr. Kerrigan, you open one of these doors and see what looks like a stage set up where there's this thing on the wall that seems to be have these odd symbols and tracing things continuing to move and shift around them. There's a figure standing in front of it that seems to be gesticulating. It's blurry, like your eyes are refusing to focus on it as you're staring at it with this bright red, almost a dress of some sort. As it is standing there, there's this inane babbling sound, and its arms are continuing to twitch and point and crack as it's writhing and gesturing around at these symbols that are moving across behind it.
Oh, Doctor, what was his name? He wasn't part of my, the Doctor, Tanaka. I vaguely remember him talking about this. I'm just gonna slam the door behind me and just kind of step up against it like this, and I'm watching these symbols appear.
Okay. If you are
Trying to
going
make
to
sense.
continue to stare at this with this loud gibbering around in the room and looking at these symbols that keep moving across, they look like the sigils that you had taken in your notes from the signal being's language almost. I'm going to need a sanity roll.
I somehow succeeded.
Okay. You're managing to keep it together just for now. Clarence, you are running and trying to dodge in between these rooms. You can see that there's another wall just straight ahead. You go around what seems to be walls that just make up a column and keep trying to hug your right until you can find a door that you can go into. And as you get into this narrower alcove, not a hallway, you see a dead end in front of you. There is this snaking sound of these arms continuing to work their way towards you.
Is there a door? Because I'm just gonna full send my body through the door. Who knows if it's the void or not?
As you are heavy breathing, panicking, you see that there is a red door down this alcove.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay. You open this door. It's a push bar across the bottom of it. And you go into a dark room.
I fumble for a switch.
Wade, you see this hand at the bottom of the stairs. Behind Roger.
So you're fumbling with this switch, right, Clarence? Like that thing, that ray gun, whatever the fuck you got?
No, I'm trying to find a light switch.
Shit. So what does the hand look like? Is it like a
It appears to be human. It looks like it might belong to a woman.
We saw this before. I don't know if you remember it or not, but in that initial room that had the doors, we cautiously approached it, and it just suddenly I don't know about you. We've come up so many flights of stairs that I'm not really so sure if we're in the mood to turn around. Whatever this is.
Huh. You think I should just shoot it then?
You're the guy with the gun, man. That's beyond my purview. I mean, that could just be some poor woman passed out. Could just be a corpse. Could be a horrible monster.
Well, if it is a
flip.
Yeah,
could have been Colton's
right.
body. You can't remember where you've left it in the room, even.
He didn't have painted nails.
You have womanly hands.
He did. These nails are not painted, but Colton did have very delicate hands. His grandmother always complimented him on those.
So I won't shoot directly at the hand, but I'll try to shoot near it to give a warning. So I'll just fire a shot in that direction.
Okay. I want both of you to give me a con roll, as this gun is extremely loud in this very compact stairway.
We have hearing protection. I passed.
I pass.
Okay. So as this shot is going into your eardrums, you see that the floor pockmarks up, and this hand jumps and then starts coming up the hallway, snaking towards both of you. I would like sanity rolls from both of you, as we are also going to transition into combat. And Roger, as you look up, you see another one at the top of the stairs.
So fail.
Okay. So this initial hand we saw was not at the top of the stairs, but it was behind us. And now there's one from both directions?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I failed the sand roll, by the way.
It is a D4 on a fail.
All right. Lose 2 more sanity. I'm indefinitely insane, so I am going back to hallucinating technology. So the
Wade,
next-
this is clearly the action scene.
Okay, so
They're just trying to give you a hand to move to the next set.
oh
yeah.
God, these machines are coming for
Roger.
us.
Roger, chill. They're just taking us to the green room, and I heard about bacon wrapped scallops.
The green
Might have been a
room.
rumor.
What are you talking about? We don't have
I'm talking
time to
about
talk
quality.
about this.
Dude, we're in the big.
Shoot.
We're in the big time. We're in the big time. We get scallops. We don't get any more PB and J.
As he says that,
Okay.
this hand grabs on the back of his head and yanks him off his feet, carrying him tumbling down these steps.
Okay, he's going.
I want to be a
down, and
star.
I'm running up. I'm gonna try. It's dangerous, but I want to try and bob and weave to the one that's coming from above.
There's not even bobbing and weaving as you are scrambling on hands and knees up these stairs, trying to move higher up. It's getting tighter and tighter. And that's whenever this hand uses its fingers to walk, reaches down to grab yours, and pulls your vine riddled arm up through, squeezing you through this narrow hole in the hallway.
Ow! Ow! Ooh, that really
Thing
that was
goes
a nerve.
black. All of you are in a dark room. Dr. Kerrigan, you're continuing to watch this weather you can only imagine broadcast as this figure continues twitching and convulsing. It bends too sharply right in the midsection to bow. And the studio lights go out. Clarence, you're fumbling around trying to find a light switch or something.
Yes.
As you're reaching around with your hand and you feel almost like a curtain.
Well,
Like
draw that aside.
some piping, curtain. It's heavy, it's velvet. Your leg kind of pushes up against something. And you hear this ah! And thud into this room.
You okay, buddy?
Roger.
Oh, you're alive. Colton's not anymore.
Wait.
I see you've made a new friend. Hey, are you a medical doctor by any chance? My arm is really fucked up.
Oh, is Kerrigan in the room?
Studio lights.
Oh God.
Come on. You can see it looks like you're in the sound room at the station. These large, blocky, almost like a child's drawing of the studio cameras are pointing towards a set. There's an ugly yellow couch, a fake brick wall, some stairs going up, and a doorway. Several sections for studio chairs are back behind it.
What is this?
Roger and Wade, you were both unceremoniously dumped into these chairs. Dr. Kerrigan, you're kind of walking around behind another one of the sets.
Oh, good. Oh, good. There's more than just him.
I'm not much to look at these days, unfortunately. Oh, this arm is killing me.
Yes, absolutely wonderful. How do we get out of here? How did you get in here? We need to go now.
There were a set of stairs that appeared when they weren't there before, and we followed them. We went up them.
What?
There are some hands. They grabbed us. They just dropped us off here. Officer Waters here was rambling about us making it in the big time and going to the green room or something. Would you mind elaborating on that a little bit, Officer Crazy?
So first of all, your attitude. You got to work on that, man.
Dude, we are in a hell dimension, and there are vines growing out of my arm. The last thing I am worried about is my attitude.
No. What, sir? No. You need to calm down right now. Look at where we are. This place. They don't think like us. They're not like us. They just mimic. if you
Yeah.
push too hard,
this blaring sound comes up from the room, and it's whenever you cover your ears for just a second, you look and see there's a blurry figure sitting on the couch you didn't notice before. At this point, you feel like the audience should take their seats. Do you want to continue standing?
God. Okay.
What? I'm badly injured. I think I'm going to sit down.
Yeah. Just play along. Just
This
play along so they don't hurt you.
figure, it's like your eyes are refusing to focus on it. The couch is perfectly clear and soft, like it's made of Play-Doh. This figure is wearing this bright pink sort of torso with this blonde, bulbous head at the top, sitting with its hands in its lap. There's as the door is opening, and you see a male figure. You can only assume it's male, come into the room and does its arms up like this.
I don't get into a seat. Can I get behind the sound booth? Or
Yes, you
there's
can. You can
I'll
see
do
that there's a booth off to the side. Yes.
I belong there.
Okay. As you assume like your normal routine, you can see there's some boxes up above the audience seating. And let's say you can see them from the sound booth as well. As this figure comes in and spreads its arms, this symbol is displayed.
I start clapping.
As there's the figure, and there's this inane just gibberish as these sounds are pouring out from mouths that don't exist. The walking is very stilted, like a puppet that doesn't have strings as it's continuing to move. As the figure yammers, this pink one, and then it jolts down onto the couch. The pink figure, arms crack and shoot up, and it seems to lean too far back as its chest distends into this odd bulbous top. The male figure is clearly twisting its head over to look at it. This symbol glows on the screen.
I applaud. Clap again.
The heads at each of you in different directions. They seem to fritz in and out of vision for just a second. At this point, they settle back into their roles, and this pink takes its arm and starts jostling around on the back of this other male figure. And there's all these sounds of that's ushering out from between the two of them. This comes up again as you all chuckle. Some of you chuckle, some of you applaud.
Are they going to edit out this in post or something? Or
as the other door comes open, there is another figure wearing this lumpy, teal, bulgy torso and this big, bouffant, red, bulbous head at the top. And you hear,
Boo!
This symbol comes up. Clarence boos. And then the figures come in for some sort of a confrontation. The male gets between this wife figure and this pink one and the wife shudders and points at the other and slaps across the male. You can hear contact across the room. Some kind of a little pitter patter lands across the floor. And you can see this symbol.
Oh God, what do we do?
No, I think you were right. That is applause. That is applause. I
Okay.
saw the video.
Okay, applause. Woohoo! Yeah,
And-
cheering.
As they start going into jostling. This pink one punches right in the abdomen of this other blurred figure, and it becomes this knockdown, drag out. This teal one grabs a vase and smashes it across the head, grabs
God.
one of these broken pieces and starts stabbing into the chest and torso. As the male figure rushes in, there's more botching off to the side. They're slaughtering each other, and this symbol comes on. As this keeps going, the husband starts stomping on the pink that is also in this as well, just grinding them into this bit of a floor. And this is flashing again and again as pieces of red, blurred flesh start flying across the room inside. The sounds of this panicked, strained laughter echoing in here. It's whenever you then notice that the cameras that are pointed towards the set are not pointed at the set. They are pointed at the audience, and you see eyes in the lenses watching. Everyone in the audience seat can give me a sanity roll.
That was a good one to fail on.
Do I have to roll?
No, I'm ruling
nice.
like maybe just from all of this, give me a roll at a lighter penalty.
Sounds good. I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, 74.
Okay. That's just a one from
All
just
right.
going through, like, this is perverting what you found familiar. Those of
I'm
you.
still an action star then.
Okay. That's right. That was your normal boring life. You need to get back to the action star part.
Uh-huh.
The rest of you, let's make it a 1, a 0, or a D2.
Creeping on
Only
Fail.
that indefinite.
only lost one,
I'm just trying to get you all to 0.
but that's still enough to obviously just make me, upon this realization that there's these living cameras watching us, I'm just gonna scream. Ah!
And at this point, Roger, I think you're going to have a different bout. As you're realizing that this
Uh-oh.
technology isn't directly harmful or threatening, it's just learning. This audience, again, contorts directly down the middle as a sick simile of a stage bow, and then walks out through the sliding door at the back of the stage living room.
Sliding door, huh? With that in mind, I think I'm gonna get up and follow them.
The show's over. It's time to escape.
Yes.
I look for the
absolutely.
nearest fire exit.
There's the red door that you came in. There's no handle on this one. Sort of the opposite of a fire exit.
And that's the only exit or door or portal or whatever
Well,
in this room.
As-
I look around.
as you can see, Roger stands up without really hesitating and walks past this amorphous couch on the set and through the sliding doors and disappears. You lose sight of him.
No. You have to stick together. Sir. Dr. Kerrigan runs after one of the more sane looking individuals between guy with a gun and tinfoil man. He's going to try and catch up with Roger.
No, he's not the focus. I'm the main character. I run after them.
Gun out.
Time to run.
As Roger, you're the first to see, looking around you, you feel this cool difference in temperature in the air You're in a forest. Tall, dark trees with straight trunks are reaching up. There's detritus and leaves and things on the ground around you. You can turn around and see the only illumination is coming from this screen door that seems to be, the sliding door that seems to be set into the trunk of one of the trees. The other chuckleheads are running behind you. You all come out and see this forest. You can
Isn't it?
see
my God.
just the faintest hint of stars peeking through between these barren tree limbs.
Yes,
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. It looks like the
Definitely.
rain has finally cleared up.
Dr. Tanaka, he was talking about a forest. Did he see this? I don't know.
But where are the entities? Oh, Grey Woman!
No. Don't draw their attention.
Hello!
This looks like the ending credits to me. That look correct.
As you're,
Did
You're
the
all
screen
insane.
door disappear? Or is it still there?
the screen door is still set into this tree trunk.
Do the trees look like they're like the ones I'm used to in my area in Colorado where I live?
Yes. They're straight up. And you can see that the bark is really rigid and deep, more like pines than anything, not necessarily like cypress. They're really clustered and condensed around. You just notice that this is level, not necessarily on a mountain.
Okay, well, it's certainly a change in setting. I wonder how
But
they
I
built
don't
this
think-
set.
But I don't think we've left. I think we're closer than ever before. We're all living receivers after all, and it's time to merge.
No, you have. Okay, you're new. You have to know there's the language. We just don't know it. They're trying to say something to us.
Yeah, bend over.
I don't think that's no, but like in there, we need to find what they're trying to say. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, and to do that, we must merge and broadcast this truth to everyone.
I'm gonna go with no on that.
Listen, I think the only reason we survived was because of my cunning craft of being able to read those symbols.
What?
Clap when we clap, and they spared our lives.
I
We're
was
good
just
to go,
mimicking
right?
what you
Yeah.
were doing. I had
You're-
no idea what any
What?
of that meant.
Your line
Yeah.
reading was spotty and nasally, by the way.
Now
Who
that's
did you?
just hurtful.
How do you know the symbols?
Oh, this note, and I pull out the
Give me
bloodstain.
that. Yeah.
I said, I know. I go, oh, show us what's in the briefcase first, Doctor.
Fine. He like shoves the folder there, and I mean, I assume it's just full of
Yeah.
mathematics and
Yeah, as you shove the folder into
I can't
Clarence's
read any of
arms,
this.
yeah, your script. The light is pretty dim in here. A couple of papers fall out, Dr. Kerrigan. So you quickly reach down to scoop those up. And that's when you notice a green crayon amidst the leaves near the paper as it fell.
What? Why is that there? Is that a kid's? Oh my God, that's what the kid lost when he got sucked in because he was drawing.
what?
Yeah.
Long story, Doctor. We're hunting after a missing child. Looks like they might be here because they were last drawing when they got pulled into the television.
Maybe they know the truth of merging.
What was the kid's name?
Jason.
Jason.
Jason
Jason!
Stein.
Press X to Jason.
Jason.
Press X to Jason. Grey Woman.
No.
And
I'll
that's
slap him in the back of the head.
bad. And
No.
as you're looking around, your eyes are adjusting a bit more to this darkness, getting away from those stage lights, and you can see what you think is like a faint light that's off in the distance, further ahead of you through this forest.
Let's go.
Follow the light. We were
We're
always meant to come
heroes,
here.
or at least I am.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for the
Just
for
for
a
one
symbol.
day.
This is the light is our destiny. The light is the truth.
I'm gonna walk 3 paces behind this group. I've survived for this long, and I'm not letting this light is our destiny be the thing that takes me out.
Don't worry, I'll protect you, Doctor.
Okay, let me
Or
have
I'm
my...
not Bukowski. Clarence Bukowski, action star.
Oh, that's a good point. Can I get your names? I should probably stop calling you, etc. Yeah, loop. Okay,
Oh,
great. I'm Dr.
You
Kerrigan.
can call me Roger.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
Wade Waters. I'm
Roger.
a Academy Award winning actor. Happy to be here.
Yeah, Wade and I have collaborated on many projects before.
Dr. Kerrigan just realized the foolishness of asking 3 insane people what their name is. 50-50. All right.
Roger.
As
Who do you
all-
trust? The cop in the tinfoil suit, or the guy with the hero complex, or
And a
the
gun.
person? And a gun.
First of all, you uncultured swine, this is baked potato chic. And I don't expect you to know that, considering our collaboration was you being my understudy. Moving along.
No, I understand that it's Balenciaga. I have a sponsorship coming up.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Clarence. I'm sure you do. I've got a sponsorship with the Gray Woman. To the light.
Give me back my papers, please.
I can't read these. Actually,
Yes.
wait, I'm an engineer.
You forgot about your previous career.
I know. It's
All of
truly
your
the
mathematics
insanity
points
kicking
don't
in.
exist right now. You're not.
Yeah, let me read
character.
this. I'm a international spy, so of course I understand these mathematics.
It seems to be very advanced and dry calculus, a lot of experiments in connectivity, different amperages, finding moments of communication and lucidity. Part of the schematics and notes are reminding you of the signal booster that Frank was trying to work on. It seems like they were making more of a science around this and studying different effects of levels of it than just trying it out and see what works. I realize those are effectively the same thing. One is much more systematic and thorough and boring than the latter.
I made one of these at home. Or the opposite, the disruptors.
He just snatches out of your hand. Yes, but I'm sure it wasn't peer reviewed.
It was very peer reviewed. It was a collaborative project with one of my my contacts, Cal. Cal of Cal Electronics, Electricals.
I'm afraid I'm finding myself agreeing more and more with the officer, you uncultured swine.
Excuse me.
Let's go.
As you all continue making your way, walking through these woods, you happen to notice that the sounds and crinkles of leaves under your feet sort of dies out to just soft padding after a while. You can look down and see a little red crayon on green astroturf that seems to be cut with these tree trunks just erupting straight from it. Stars still twinkling up ahead, though.
Jason!
As you are getting closer to this light source, you see what appears to be a large concrete structure. It looks almost like an observatory, this round, solid dome that seems to have a light of some sort emitting outwards, like if the Hubble telescope were functioning as a giant flashlight instead. And
Our last intern liked to climb those things.
Do you
He was
think I'm
quite
an
good at it,
intern?
too.
I'm not an intern. I'm a doctor.
I never implied that.
You just said our last intern.
Yeah. Our last one. We don't have a current one.
He's quite mad,
I'm getting quite mad myself. It's whatever. We must go to the observer. Are there any of these damn symbols around?
As
I
you're
want to find an entity.
as you're getting closer to this building, you can see there's an entryway of sorts. The light that you were observing is coming from this little square traditional farmhouse windowsill that's illuminating this little flickering light like a candle. There is a door and what appears to be an observation window with some of these markings and things on the door itself. And then off to the right are more industrial looking other secure type storm doors that have more of these markings
Yes.
labeling on the side.
Yes. This is what we want. It could be a guide. It could be a guide. We need to decode these.
Why don't you lead the way, Doctor?
Yes. And he'll get up kind of close. Let's start at the farmhouse. He's gonna go up to that one
Sure.
first and just take a gander.
As you go up to this observation window, peeking inside, you can see that there is a candle that the flicker appears to be just a bit too regular, as if it was just in a loop. And you can, out of the corner of your eye, see something that is moving this uneven sort of rate, like a rocking chair that is just out of sync each time. And the sounds of crying as you see a figure huddled underneath a small bed in the corner with pieces of paper and crayons around it.
Jason.
Jason? Jinx.
This
Is Jace?
this bit under the bed sort of it scurries back under.
We're here to take you home.
Why are you talking to whatever is in there?
It's a child.
And the thing in the hallway was a hand. You do not trust anything in the signal realms.
Listen, the most important part about being a hero is empathy.
What does the
Jason.
signal say? God damn it. He's pointing towards the door.
As you open the door, you can see, or first you can hear this. Go away! Go away! I want to go home.
We're here to take you home.
And then
Jason.
this rocking is this sort of almost like a Raggedy Ann almost, with these meshy vines sort of coming off into twisted red lumpy hair and this blurry almost dress as it is sitting in the chair that is rocking backwards and forwards at odd intervals.
No. So I think
No,
it's
thank
fair.
you.
I think it's fair that even a sane person would shoot that thing. Let's be honest. Take a step back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot it.
All right.
This is gonna go great. No,
Okay.
no, it's an entity.
Go ahead and give me a firearms roll just to see. You can have a bonus dice on it because you're very close. It's just because it's sort of moving and at this odd
Okay.
pace.
Okay, so the initial was at 80 over 89. So let's take that bonus die. 39.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me damage on this.
Okay. So that was the 45. So that's a D10 plus 2. 10 altogether.
Okay. So as this shot echoes across in this room again, you hear it echoing in the forest behind you. This hole is blasted through the mouth of this almost a mannequin dummy thing, and the chair stops, tilted back where it was. It's time to take your medicine! And then starts getting up and launching. It turns into one of those cymbal monkeys with this distended grin and almost like a cigar smoke hole in its mouth, and it is coming towards you. It looks like these symbols are having a lot of force put behind them. Do you want to dodge or fight back?
I would like to fight back.
Okay. Roll me an unarmed combat. You're going to try to pistol whip this thing. These big symbol hands are, there's not even hands. They just end in these big round discs as this is echoing in this room. It's rocking closer to you.
Okay, you said unarmed?
Yes. Or brawl. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Too much
good.
Delta Green.
It's okay. Because I was confused too. It's okay. Brawl. That is a 61. Could I spend some luck?
You may want to.
Yeah. So to
Remember,
turn that
when you
turn
fight
that
back,
into
you need a better level of success.
yeah, about that. So I will spend a luck to make that a hard.
You feel like that's a pretty good call. Go ahead and roll me damage on that as these symbols are crashing right where your gun shooting arm was just sitting at in the air. You feel
Okay.
like it probably would have broken your arm with the amount of air that's rushing between these impacts.
Okay, so roll.
Whatever your brawl is, maybe a D3 plus a D4 because you're a big boy.
It just says D3. Oh, D3 plus D4. You're absolutely right, actually. So 4 altogether.
Okay. Describe your counterattack.
So it's coming at me like, and I'm
This
just
little
like,
monkey that's kind of rocking back and forth.
like,
in
oh shit. Like I feel like at this point I'm snapping out of it, and I'm just like, oh shit. This is like my worst fear. I've always been afraid of these goddamn symbol monkeys.
The symbol chimps, they're horrifying.
So I kind of run at it, and I do like a Superman double drop kick to like knock it out the way. And then I like stumble as I'm screaming at a very high octave that I won't subject you to here, and I start running the other way.
Just out the door past Dr. Garrett.
So yes, as you just jump up, back legs kick, bursting into this thing's chest, it tumbles back and crashes into the recliner, into this heap of still moving, twitching. It keeps changing to different images. It looks like a nanny, a pony, a dinosaur, a moose, all of these different things until it finally just settles into this amorphous mass in the bottom. As you hear this very shrill out into the forest behind you. Jason is screaming and crying.
What the fuck?
Is it dead? Jason, we're here to rescue you. Take you back to your mother.
No, I wanted to.
Nice
to
sleep,
help
by the way.
that,
You know my
Beautiful.
that
mom?
entity could have helped me ascend.
You know my mommy?
Yes.
I want to go home.
All right, you're gonna have to come out from under the bed. We'll take you back to your mother.
You see this little grubby hand come out from under the bed, connected to wrists and elbows and shoulders, and a head pops out from under the bed. You smell Jason a bit. It seems like he probably soiled himself some time ago. His clothes dirty. So all of these pictures are just of TVs with eyes and this frowning gray figure. And he comes out and just grips whoever is closest.
Yeah, I'll kneel down.
Yeah, he is going to give that little kid sort of death strangle hug.
Yeah.
And just gripping too tight.
You can call me Bukowski. Clarence Bukowski, action star.
Oh, okay.
And he's like an 8-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Or a 5-year-old?
One of them.
All right, I'll grab him by like one hand. I'll have a revolver in the next hand. I'm activating my Jackie Chan powers.
Yeah, do you want to keep him as like a little human papoose in front, or do you want to try to
Yes.
move him to a little backpack position?
I don't have a backpack.
No,
but-
I'm saying, do you want to try to maneuver him? So he is going to stay spider monkey gripping on you. Do you want to try to put him on your back or keep him
Oh, he
in the
can be
front?
on my back. Just hang on, Jason. We'll get you home soon.
Jason. Okay. And actually on those notes is still echoing out in the forest. Wade, you run out a few, maybe a dozen feet or so back into safety. And that's whenever you see that the trees that are these perfect vertical, there's something sticking out. It's this round protuberance.
Is it a camera?
And that's when you see another one lean out from behind the trees. And another one.
So running back. So I will finish the breath from the first screen, and as I'm collecting this information in my brain, I'm going to start a new scream and go the other way.
Okay.
The trees are fucking alive.
Is there a TV in this house?
There's doors out here.
And all of you are very
Might be a TV.
subjected to the Doppler effect both ways, as the same high-pitched scream leaves and then is coming back towards it. And Dr. Kerrigan is gesturing at these more sturdy double doors in the front of this observatory.
Yes.
You
We must
can
go in.
open them.
Yeah. You said there's a symbol. Is it one that matches anything he's seeing there? Like, he's kind of comparing these notes he's got.
It looks similar. You can tell that it is of
Okay.
the same language, but there aren't really any one-to-one. Let me just compare to your handout. Oh, yes, the building.
Yep. Okay.
You can definitely see, like, pinpoint that one out. But besides that, you're trying to read kanji.
Wish I had that crayon. Try and alter it. Okay. Let's just go inside.
Okay.
This is a
Before
building.
we go, I'm going to look at some of this kid's drawings.
Oh.
Do they give any insight?
They don't. They seem to be more of these figures of the gray woman, and then these eyes that keep watching from all directions. There's one that shows a little boy frowning in his room with just an eye outside the window. And then this nanny that seems to be keeping him inside.
All right, but if Dr. Kerrigan needs a writing utensil, I'll grab some crayons and then follow with Jason on my back.
Oh, if he needs a writing utensil, I'm a reporter. I've got quite a few lying
I
around.
thought you were an apostle of the New World.
Oh, I never said
We
that
can
in
be both.
words.
Both aren't mutually exclusive. I'm an engineer and an actions.
Oh, wait. I have a pen and a notepad. Why am I asking you, dummies? Okay.
It's been a
Read
very
the
long...
Also, Wade's just screaming, running towards us.
Okay, into the observatory, and he'll just open the door and motion
Ah, the
towards
trees
Wade,
are
like,
alive. Who
in
would have
here.
thought?
To the observatory. As you open the door, there's this kind of bluish light that's ambiently reflecting back from the concrete, and there's this din of sound further up. You can see this little bit of brightness up at the top, but in front of you are stacks and stacks of shelves containing rectangular black prisms, almost look like videotapes. On the spines of them are more of those symbols written. As you're walking, you can see those red vines are also snaking across the floor and twisting, all sort of leading further in. It reminds Clarence and Roger of the pit at the newsroom with all these cables going across the floor.
It's almost like a library of tapes.
Wait. These the labels on here, and just hypothetically, do they maybe have the symbol that kind of looks like pi on there?
You can definitely find some that do. Yes, there's all sorts of combinations of these things.
Look, this one, Dr. Tanaka thought this meant human. If they're videos, they might be of the people. And he's gonna try and pick one of these prisms up. Like, are we talking like, yeah?
I was trying to abstractly describe what are VHS tapes. These
My
are 100%.
God, this is a VHS tape.
These are fucked up VHS tapes.
Why would you say
Spooky.
prism?
Spooky. They're non-Euclidean VHS tapes. Goddamn.
Oh, wait a second.
And they're not even rewound.
He brushes it off. Oh, it's just a VHS, guys. Never mind.
Lion King.
As I said,
Aladdin
it's
2:
like a
The Return
library
of Jafar.
That
These
hasn't
keep
even
getting
come out
worse.
yet.
Yeah. All right. Yes. He'll just grab one of the human ones, and pick it up. And why are they keeping track of these? They're still mimicking us.
They're learning.
Is anyone else going to grab any of these tapes? It seems like it's just wall to wall as almost this labyrinth of all of these shelves and racks of tapes in here.
If anything, I'm more on the lookout for TV screens.
You can see that light. You can see like almost the very tip of what looks like a screen or something or maybe just like a street lamp that's hovering up over the tops of these shelves, but you'll have to work your way through this labyrinth before then.
I'm gonna try and find one that one of the notes says like human forest or human place,
Okay.
because we could probably use that to go through the TV once we have that
And
video on.
maybe like put that video in to like
Yes.
quote unquote set the destination.
Yes.
Yes. Anyone that is going to grab a tape can make me a luck roll.
Oh, so I'm back in the room, correct?
Yes.
I
Oh,
failed.
sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like you rejoined them like after your little detour.
I assumed you'd come in with
I
us by
failed.
the time we
Yeah.
went in.
Okay.
Okay.
How about library use?
Give me an extreme library use.
You
roll.
want an extreme library use?
I'll
Hey.
take a hard. Actually, no. I think library use will be appropriate. So
Yeah, it is
go
appropriate.
ahead.
It's categorized.
Well, it's library use in language you can't read.
I got it. Just a normal, but not a hard.
Okay, but you got a normal library use. Okay. What about the rest of yous? Dr. Kerrigan you just grabbed one of the ones that
It
said
says
human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roger?
Um,
Or are you not
I'm
taking
kind of not in the tape fishing game. I think I'm just gonna more so stay alert for entities.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna grab like 5 and like press them together to keep them together and run.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. Actually, we'll save that one for later. So as you
Well,
all,
actually, 5 I could take in my shoulder. Yeah, I'll just hold them like this.
that way you can still have your gun out.
Right.
As you're working your way through this hedge maze of VHS tapes, you're having to keep an eye to not step on these cables and these vines that are twisting around. Roger, you can feel your arm is kind of throbbing a bit as you're getting closer. The din of noise is getting a bit louder and louder. I would like folks to either give me a navigate or a spot hidden.
I think I only have a spot hidden. I don't know. I think if I have navigate.
I think I've spot hidden.
I failed my spot hidden.
I've got a
oh
great
my
spot hidden.
God,
Nope.
a 96.
90. Oh, that's worse than me. Damn.
My spot hidden is
Mhm.
60, so that's not a fumble. But
I got a normal. I got a 53 under 60 for spot hidden.
Okay.
Nice.
So you all are making your way through these twisting racks and things. And Wade, I'm imagining you may be a little more paranoid than the others and maybe taking up the flank. And that's whenever you just sort of following along, and over the sound of this din of noise, your ears kind of perk up on something you've grown to hate. As you hear the sound come up and drifting in and out, and you can look and see just over the tops of some of these shelves a familiar, bulbous, hairless head poking off the top.
The gray lady, run!
We're all gonna scatter in all different 4 directions.
Violin stingers start going as you all start running.
Hans Zimmer
Yes, exactly.
starts playing.
3 directions because Roger is standing there with his arms outstretched.
With our arms wide open.
Oh, great. Roger's buying us time. Let's go, Jason.
Thanks, Roger. That actually was his
Yes.
name. All right.
Yes. It's time to embrace destiny.
Come to me. Okay. So the remaining 3 of you, Roger, are you going to stay in here? You feel like the Gray Woman's going to have a hard time finding you in this big labyrinth. Like she's going to have to go looking.
That's a good point. Let's go to somewhere with some better lighting. Let's get a better vantage point.
Okay. So all of you can bust through, trying to scramble and get through all of this maze of shelves and screens. I am just really curious and would like it to come down to a few dice rolls. If you can roll a D100 and let me know what order you get, it might influence the rate that you all come out.
Okay.
Okay.
26.
14.
78.
Yes, 44. Not the worst.
So as you all are running through, Roger, you are listening for this static, actually, and you're trying to come out a little closer toward it. As you kind of go, it's getting further away. So you start trying to meander your way through as you all scatter, wandering through this hedge maze. Clarence, you come out first with and see the source of this noise that has been building as you all are running closer. It is this, the first thing that comes to your mind is like a Christmas tree of television screens that are spotting in and around. Some of them seem to be looking at houses, some people in beds, some are eyes, some are teeth that are screaming, some have text saying welcome receiver. And as your eyes are adjusting behind all of this brightness, you can see the branches of this tree are piles of twisted bodies with these vines, these veins, these wires weaving all of them in and out. And you notice one towards the base is the torso of Cal McCloskey. The shirt is ripped open.
They got Cal!
There is this, in each of the torsos, there is this protruding scab right through the center of their sternum. Something is sort of poking out of it. The rest of you, let's see, in this order. Roger?
Yes.
Kerrigan? And Wade. I put a W instead of a 4. You all are also going to be making your ways out of this labyrinth. First, I'm going to want sanity rolls from everyone, seeing this macabre, screaming strangers' faces.
Jason, close your eyes. Oh, I passed,
You did,
actually.
see?
Ooh, pass 23.
I keep passing these recent samples ever since I've accepted the truth.
I think that's fair. I know it doesn't even matter at this point, but let's still call that a 1 on a pass. It's seeing all of these bodies, all of these receivers are built up. And at this, Clarence, you can see on the screen where Cal McCloskey's head is a work desk.
That's Cal's place.
And you're remembering those TVs that the figures seem to be stopping and lingering a bit too long. And you can see another copy of God's Glory is sitting on the work desk.
All right. So I can either escape or get it and then come back, or maybe reach for the device, or I'm not getting the perspective or the angle here.
You're really not sure what could happen from this. You feel like each of these protuberances in their chest is about the size of those tapes. You also weren't there with Colton, but you can see this thing is sitting in the real world just outside. So let's say everyone is together and can talk and communicate. I think Clarence is the one that notices that first and foremost.
Then I'm gonna either try and reach through for the God's glory.
3.
Okay. As you go up to this, you can see Cal's sweaty chest. It's still rising and falling.
You're doing me
slightly.
one more service, Cal.
As you reach your hand in, the screen is soft and pliable, and your hand sinks through and burns. It feels like whenever you would be sunburned and then have to work outside on the towers, just that bearing down solar radiation. I want you to give
Oh
me
wow, I actually feel a sunburn. That's awful.
and I want you to give me a con roll because it's feeling worse.
All right. I'm a goddamn hero. Just this regular, but not a fail.
It's still just one. You grit your teeth and pulls your hand through, and you can feel this thing.
The heft.
You feel your
weight.
fingers are sort of numb almost, but you can feel this difference in pressure and tension and can reach out and grab it.
I feel the power.
You feel the power of God's glory as you start bringing it back through. And as it's hitting the screen, you're feeling some resistance as you pull harder. And there's this tension that doesn't want to let go. As your arm pulls through, the screen shatters and blood and effluence pours from it. Your hand, your skin is singed almost. It's swelling slightly, and you have God's Glory 3 in your hand.
Wonderful.
What are the rest of you 3 doing when you see this?
Before
I have a
we
kid
get
on my
quite to
back.
that,
It's fucked up.
how much sanity did I just lose for seeing this tree? Because I failed, and this is very close to
D6.
Ha! I'm the luckiest some gun in the world. I'm one away, baby. All right. Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Okay. What did you just grab? What did you just do?
No. Bring that tool of the sinners away from this holy place.
This
What?
This is God's glory. The third.
No, it is Satan's
What?
evil. And it must
Anything
be
that your
purged.
Aether
And I'm
organization
actually-
could do.
I'm gonna rush Clarence. I'm
No.
Okay, I'm gonna
thing.
smack him with the fucking machine. The side of the
I'm
head.
gonna try to get in between them.
Oh.
Like,
All right, I guess we're going initiative.
Yeah, we're going into initiative. At this point, just looking at your regular decks, Wade, you are quicker than Roger or Clarence.
okay, so
I don't
I'm
have
just
a
trying to
weapon,
keep them
but I've got
apart. I'm
my
not trying to
arms
hurt
down.
any of them. Like I'm
That's still
literally
probably a fighting brawl to just keep everything.
Yeah, I definitely
down.
think like let's go ahead. If you're just going to try and be between them,
Interpose.
Yeah, that's it.
let's give a fighting brawl as because he's going to be. I'm imagining like scrambling around trying to pounce on
Roger's a
Clarence.
small little guy. He's gonna try and dodge and weave. So is that just
55? So that's a regular for me.
because I'm trying to get like around him to get to Clarence? Is that like a dodge for me?
No, that's an
Or is it-
attack,
or-
man.
or is
I
it
would
like-
still say
Or is
you're.
it brawling to try? And
I'm
push him
considering
aside?
this more brawling as you're still just trying to attack him. But let's just roll in competing.
By all means, I'm better at brawling anyways. Motherfucker. I rolled a 71 over 60, and because I only have 9 luck, I can't change that.
He's just gonna get tackled
Like, yeah, that
by
wouldn't
the
be the
man
first
in the
time.
tinfoil suit.
A part of me is just imagining Wade puts his hand out and just like does the nerd swinging thing, holding
Roger's
Roger
too small to
back.
just be like, no, we must, that thing, it'll doom us.
Okay, I'm so okay. You do whatever you're doing with that gun. You said these like the things on their chest look like videotape sort of
There are
things,
these
right?
rectangular scabs that are protruding from their
Yes.
sternums.
Yes.
They're all the televisions are
Yeah.
screaming, they're flickering back and forth, looking at children playing in living rooms before toggling back to just a mouth screaming in pain.
Dr. Kerrigan's going to reach out and pull one of the scabs to see if it opens like a VHS thing. While these guys are arguing and
Yeah, as they're fighting, you're
Come
picking at the
on.
scab. You happen to notice like the body that you walk over to has a like sort of coveralls gray
Mhm.
and name tag says F Mars. And you can pick
I don't know who that
the
is.
scab. You don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And it's not toggling open, but there is some give. You feel like it might be sort of like a stuck
right
cassette tape you need to
The right tape.
dislodge.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. He turns around. We need to find the tape of the person. It hurt you when you went, but if we find the tape, maybe it'll synchronize the signal realm to our own. Do you understand that this tape is oh fuck.
And as you hear that, you can see the figure of the gray woman coming out through these stacks of tapes, coming closer towards this Christmas tree celebrating of receivers as they all, the text across the screens in the teleprompter type font is saying, rejoice, rejoice in unison. The technician
Rejoice,
comes.
Rejoice.
As you hear
rejoice.
chanting of
I am
rejoice.
going to try and
rejoice,
block the signal.
rejoice. I stopped struggling and I'm now just rejoicing.
Okay, as you are rejoicing with it, we are going right into initiative. The gray woman is coming out, and I'm going to say her first turn essentially is drifting closer towards all of you. Dr. Kerrigan.
Dr. Kerrigan is frantically now looking at that VHS tape he'd picked up. He knows it says human, but he's trying to decipher the rest to like pick out some matching bit. Like, oh, there's clouds in the sky that matches the cloud symbol. It's a human. Awesome. Like he's trying to almost document which person this tape goes to in this horrible Christmas tree.
Okay. You could give me an intelligence roll for trying to decipher this.
Scientists would be good at that.
21 seems pretty good. Oh yeah, that is a hard success. And I'll even spend a couple more to make it an extreme success.
Extreme. Okay.
I'm extremely int.
Your brain is now, you have all the math symbols are kind of going around beside your head as you're concentrating. And you feel confident that this tape is cataloging of recordings from a person, house, laughter, rest.
Okay. Guys, I have someone that was watching something funny and maybe late at night, look for that. Look for that. He's screaming as the monster approaches.
Rejoice.
No, he's trying to shout over and rejoice. No.
Wade. Officer Waters.
Yes, sir.
Action Star Waters.
So is shooting this thing even working?
Do you want to give it a shot?
That was a
Unintended.
horrible low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. I need the CSI glasses. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I will shoot at her.
Okay. Give me a firearms roll.
That is a 33, which is a hard.
Okay.
Nice.
You shoot right into center of mass and see tapes behind her burst into fragments of some kind of a shining obsidian substance. Seem to pass straight through her. Roger, what are you doing?
Rejoice. Rejoice. Rejoice.
Are you staying where you're at with Wade and the others? Or are you coming closer toward her? What do you want to do?
As I'm rejoicing, I'm going to start edging closer towards Kerrigan and Clarence.
Ooh.
Hey.
Sorry.
Don't do that near me.
Rejoice.
Get out of
I'm
here.
just going to start edging
He's
while I
gonna
say
rejoice everywhere. God damn.
No, Roger, please. You don't need to do that near me.
Roll sanity.
You get what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm sure.
I'm just gonna shuffle.
As you start edging yourself
direction.
closer towards the gray woman.
That's a different kind of broadcast,
not
Roger.
the gray woman, not the gray woman. towards the doctor and Clarence.
Okay. Speaking of which, Clarence, you have God's Glory 3.
Yes, I am going to. Is the gray woman focusing on anyone in particular?
If her eyes had pupils, it would be so much easier to tell that. But as it is, there's just these two overlarge orbs of void in
All right,
all of your direction.
I'm gonna set the dial and let it rip.
Okay. Give me an electronics or electrical repair roll.
Fuck yeah, let's go. That is a hard.
Okay. You're remembering your old career before you picked up the action movie life as you start messing with this dial and ticking through as it's making this high-pitched like whining sounds and other awesome Foley that I'm doing
Let's see
with my
if Cal
voice.
upgraded this at all, because it is the version 3.
You see the Calvinator is sort of painted across the side of it. And you can dial it in, and this static, almost ghostly specter appearance of the gray woman comes more into focus. And you're seeing these hands, this definition, these black-tipped fingernails, and those eyes, still black voids and a more solid head.
Oh, okay. You wanna hear something reckless? I hand a revolver to the little kid on my back.
I love it, so yes.
Shoot her, Jason. Just like Fortnite. I mean,
It's 89.
360 no scope, Jason. Okay.
It's like Contra.
You play Doom, kid?
Doom, yep. No, that's the 90s too.
Yeah, Doom's not out in 89. Duck Hunt. You played
Dr.
Duck
Kerrigan
Hunt,
has
right?
played Doom, I'm sure.
but I will say she's probably
She's
point blank.
pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there is this shrill
Shoot her,
scream
Jason.
that's going over the rejoice. So Jason is going to sort of just like grab the gun, that revolver,
Hold on tight.
and squeeze. Clarence, your right ear is now fucked
So be
as there is this right next to it, and a shot goes wide off, nailing one of the tops of the VHS things. As you can see, his hand is just trembling and shaking. His other is these fingers are gripping tighter into your whatever the fuck this is, deltoid, I don't know, traps, and goes off there. So we are now back to her. She
actually, if Wade has his gun ready, he's ready to shoot again because he gets plus 50 next.
Yeah,
So does the
I
little
thought
kid.
that was just on the first round.
Because
he's already had his turn this round.
The character.
Yeah, and top of the round
anything
next
that can
is
give
he
you
has his
that
gun ready.
plus 50. It all depends. Like if it's just pointed.
Yeah, if his gun's up,
But
if that's what he's going to do,
do,
gets to just shoot.
I would like to shoot.
She's materialized now.
I would like to shoot.
Okay. You can roll firearms.
It's been revoked, and I'll fire. Oh, fuck.
No. No.
No. I have so I rolled at 86,
Uh-huh.
and I have
If you're
a
within
70.
1/5 of your dex, that's point blank. In feet.
Is she that close?
I don't know.
I have the luck if she's not.
I mean, it's only 16 points. If there was ever a time to spend
She
it.
is not quite that close
Okay.
yet.
So
I would
will
spend luck, man.
Yeah.
Don't die with luck.
I'll spend the luck to turn that into a normal success.
Okay. Roll me damage.
Okay, that's
Rejoice, 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 rejoice.
7, 9.
Oh,
Okay, so you blast this hole right through the center of mass on this, and with this scream and wail, it crumbles down to the ground in this mess of tissue and flesh. And it's at this point that you hear more screams echoing across the walls in
What have you done?
here.
snap out of it, Roger. We got to get out of here.
We're going to
Find
continue being an
the video.
initiative, but you can hear more.
There's probably more Gray Woman. Find that goddamn tape, Doctor.
I have the tape, you dim
Put it in.
fool. We're trying to find the television to put it into. Find
Isn't
the rest.
Isn't the television the? Oh, we broke the television.
No,
There was a lot of
there's
television.
lots of we need to find the person to put this into so we can go into their television.
I am going to.
There's no way you could possibly know that. You kind of feel like if you put the tape into the receiver, the TV's going to play what's on the VHS tape.
That can't be true.
The extreme intelligence.
You're a doctor.
God.
Try it out.
Yeah. Wait, I am extremely intelligent from a roll before. Fuck it. He just shoves the VHS into
first-
like a close person.
First, you got to grab this like scab that's protruding from the sternum and
Yeah,
rip it out till there's this hole. When you
there's a
do
splatter.
the
Yeah.
screen that was on where their head should be goes to straight static, and you can put this tape in, and you can
Well, what
see
the hell does the right
a
tape
living room. That is going to be your turn, Officer Waters. You're hearing more screams.
Do I see him put the tape in?
Sure. The
Uh,
picture is still pretty staticky and grainy.
So I'm like, guys, I have 4 bullets, so we got to go.
Yes.
Yes. Quickly.
So I'll run and I will swan dive into the TV.
Wait, the one with the gun?
Considering the TV has a little bit of resistance.
Don't worry, Jason can
swan
cover us.
diving might not
As you
be the
go,
smartest
yes,
idea.
as you try to swan dive into it, it's like trying to dive into a pool of boiling hot molasses. It just engulfs every part of your arms. You might even have gotten your face into it, and you can feel it's eking through your eyelids, and this brightness, this static is burning you. I want a Constitution roll as you
Okay.
keep trying to force your way through this.
Well, I have an 80 Constitution, so I feel
Shit.
Big
Go
Hey,
froggy.
hey, don't tempt fate.
69.
Nice.
number.
That is a
Hey.
crit success. So, for a 69, I'm not going to give you damage, but I will just say your brain is screaming, maybe not a good idea. I'm going to take damage if I keep trying to dive into this shit.
Okay.
Something's still blocking
So,
the signal.
As Officer Waters is Winnie the Poohing into this television screen, Roger, what are you doing?
Oh, bother.
Oh, if he's Winnie the Poohing, then I'm just gonna do naturally what Piglet has to do many a times, and I'm gonna push him.
Oh my God.
Okay, give me a strength roll. I want to see how far you can push him inside.
97.
Okay. Regardless, you're keeping him from getting out.
Oh, you bitch.
So, Officer Waters, as you're trying to hold your breath, because as you open your mouth to breathe, it's just like this staticking, burning electric liquid is rushing inside your mouth and down your throat. It's going into your ears as you're trying to pull out. You can't breathe. It's burning every ounce of flesh it touches. Take 5 damage as
The
your
only
arms
way
and
out.
face
Go,
are inside of this,
officer.
and you try to scream into a static void.
Bukowski.
Clarence,
Something's trying to block the signal, right?
Yes.
So I am going
It's-
to block that
block it.
blocking
Yes.
signal. I'll dial it in. Also, you're doing good, Jason.
Bang.
Nice shot, by the way.
Right eardrum from the crack of the.
Woo!
Okay, so now are you trying to, well, first off, are you trying to block the signal on this television or dial it in to
Oh,
focus
I want to dial it in.
To
Yeah.
focus it?
We're going to focus it.
Okay.
To get a clearer picture, less static. That's my intention.
Okay, great. I'm sure nothing bad would have happened to Officer Waters if it
Oh,
would have
he'd
gone to
probably
pure
get
void inside. I just want to confirm these
That's
things.
how we get to the. That's how he gets back home.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to help him.
Just falls into the room. It's a loop. Damn it.
So, okay. Clarence, give me an electrical repair roll to try
I'll
and
give you
dial
your
this in.
electronics. Pass, just normal.
So, Wade, as you are feeling all of this sort of screech and go through and burning all of your skin, it's rushing up your nose and going down into your throat. It gets slightly smoother and the resistance is less. Do you want to keep trying to just slide into this?
You're lubed up, officer.
I'm-
Go.
I'm-
You're all
pushing
lubed
him.
up by God's
Yeah,
glory.
that's what I was going to say. Like, I appreciate the illusion of choice, but it sounds like I don't have a choice because I'm getting stuffed in here.
I mean, you can try and just donkey kick and like try and get whoever is pushing
Well, I
you
want to
in
get out
off.
of here, so I will keep.
You're going to
Going
doggy paddle through?
I'll
Yeah.
keep swimming through. Yeah.
Okay. So as you kind of doggy paddle in and through, everyone else sees his feet go into the TV and you see this shape roll onto a rug and floor in front of the couch. It is at this point that you hear more static building and coming from behind you as more gray women are emerging from the stacks. Dr. Kerrigan.
I really want to go in that TV,
The way is clear,
but
doctor.
I feel. Is Roger saying that?
Yeah.
Is he like okay with this?
I'm standing beside the TV.
Okay,
You're looking at it, and
'cause-
I say, like, the way is clear.
He's straight up. You turn. He's got his pocket knife out, like he was about to stab you in the leg. Then, okay, just grabs his papers.
I was only trying to help.
Yeet.
Okay. Running and swan diving through. Are you remember to take your files with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you kidding? These are like he's where one was doggy pedaling, he's like one-armed, pulling himself because he's clinching the others to his body. He probably loses a paper or two.
And so then as you all see these little feet are kicking and going out and diving into
He's
this
got
screen.
very tiny feet.
And Officer Waters, you have this mass tumble on top of you. As your face is burning, you kind of lost your sense of smell, and you have an even harder time seeing with the static in your eyes.
Okay, so I'll kind of try to look around. And do I see who it is?
It's Dr. Kerrigan.
Well done. Well done. We're free. We're free.
I'll give them a hug.
Yes. Crinkle.
You see
Yes.
this warm embrace on the screen as more of this teleprompters and this screaming is growing. It's Roger, as you're next to it, you can see that this Christmas tree of bodies is writhing a bit. These bodies contorting as these vines are moving around. Your arm is throbbing in beat with the rejoice. Rejoice. It's your turn.
My turn?
It is.
I'm going to turn to Clarence. You and the boy need to get out of here.
You got to hold the machine then.
I'm not touching that machine.
Okay, then I'll set it down so it's aiming at the screen. I already dialed it in.
Okay.
And then I'll dive in. All right, Jason, hold on. We're leaving.
I'm
So I
functionally
take the gun from him so he doesn't blow my head
not
off.
doing my turn. Just standing beside the TV, saying, "You first."
Okay. And so with that, Clarence and Jason both dive through this screen, interrupting this touching embrace. Roger, you can see this as you hear the static building more and more behind you, and your vision becomes clouded and your senses overwhelmed as these say, "Come home, receiver," across these screens.
Yes. The receiver is home.
The rest of you are in what looks like a suburban home. There's some toys on the ground, just couch, wood paneling on the walls. What are you doing?
We need to get out.
Jason's-
First off, turning off the TV. That's like as soon
Okay.
as Rogers, yeah,
you
like,
can see
I-
Roger
going
looking
in
back
is
at
like-
you.
Yeah, you
Nope.
through the TV in the static, you see the outline of his face, and he's just grinning at you.
I'll give you a wave. Goodbye, Roger.
off.
And his face still lingers as that after
Ah!
image
No.
until fates fall out. You all leave out of the house and look. It seems like you're maybe in Kansas, somewhere in the Midwest. You see plains around you, this green grass, and smell of smoke. You don't remember there being a Hadron Collider in Kansas. But Dr. Kerrigan recognizes the ruins of Aether Institute.
What?
There are sirens blaring, and no bodies are seen on the streets. And that is where we're going to end it.
Wow.
I hope you all enjoyed it
Love
and
it.
had fun.
That
This
was
has
a lot of
been
fun.
Signal
great.
to Noise.
Oh my god. Yeah, great.
Ever
So-
joined with the new world?
Yeah. Yeah, Roger got a pretty good deal, right?
With those vines going out of my arm, I wasn't going to be able to reintegrate back into a normal life. Are you kidding me?
So here's the fun thing. All of those headaches and symptoms and things that you were feeling, especially Wade, you all have those vines and things. Your nerves are becoming these wires that are growing and spreading.
Mm.
If you were to try and get an
Ew.
MRI, the results might be a little messy.
You would die.
Yeah, you would be pulled apart.
It would be an
Yes.
MR die.
Yeah, MR die. I love it.
That's stupid.
Arc flash in the hospital.
Oh no, this is great. I am gonna get my Nobel Prize and I don't even have to turn up to work tomorrow. This is ideal, honestly.
I'm glad I got to get in that bit of you seeing my face through the TV screen.
I love it, especially just with that
was
grin.
bittersweet for sure.
Yeah. I am gonna have to write up Dr. Tanaka though. That's I'm going out of my mind. Because the tape does have that symbol over laughing. And he's like, does this mean applause? You son of a gun. You almost did us in.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, that's great.
And given how much we even played tonight, I think we well outpaced the playtime of the Into the Darkness run.
Yeah, I feel like I want to
Ew.
run that one day. That was good.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that-
Definitely gonna
a
run this.
crazy roller coaster from start to finish.
I'm so happy you all enjoyed it. I had a blast with this whenever Colin ran it as a con game. It was to the point, like, whenever he gave the video handouts, we couldn't even hear it through, like, all the other chatter in the room on his laptop, but it was cool as
Yeah, I
hell.
was being loud.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I really like
mean-
the scenario.
I mean, like even like I like your GM style, but just take that out. Just what they offer.
Just take it
Yeah.
out. Get rid of it.
No, not like that. You know what I mean? Like, but just like the naked thing, like the fact that you didn't make those videos, right?
No, not at all. These all come as a zip file with the
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
best
like,
handouts
yeah.
I've seen in a
the
scenario.
tools that you have are amazing. I think
Yeah,
it's-
the sound effects And
So
I
the
mean,
sound effects were me because I figured out how to implement those seamlessly for live things. And so I got an attribution-free static and the other things to try and add those in. I find that they make for really fun gameplay. Whenever I don't have
Had
to
me-
say you hear static behind you, I just do that.
had me fooled.
that
I
was
thought they
cool.
just included like a loop of static that you like like an MP3.
No, this is like very thematic too, where you kind of have that like, oh, we're at the barn. This is the end. No, it gets worse.
Yeah, I like that twist there. And
I
like all of
remember-
the like reality warping aspects of this weird science is
Mhm.
very, very cool. And like the body horror from the vines to the linking hand shoulder things to the
So could that have ended any better?
You could have, if you would have passed a luck roll whenever you drew that tape, potentially gone to a better place and or time. And so, like, passing the luck roll, if one of you all would have grabbed it, I would have had you come back in Summit Heights. But then for a bit of
Oh.
an unhappier ending, Relay Station Tower 2 is still running, even with the shed
Yep.
gone, because the vines are now powering it. So it's continuing to broadcast this. Another really fun ending that I used, it's written up in the scenario, I thought it was great, is you can bring Jason back to his mother, and there's this very touching reunion. And then for sort of a post-credit scene, his mom can say like, okay, Jason, listen, time to stop watching TV. We need to go to bed. And he turns around with these black voids for eyes and opens his mouth to a static sound, like it was turning him into another one of the Gray Woman. I just thought that was
considered
fun
it,
as
I'm
hell.
glad we saved the kid.
I'm sure
that
Roger
was
is
a
glad they
great
saved the
fake
kid.
out. Yeah, that was a great fake out, Lex, of the under the bed of hand, arm,
Attached to wrist.
shoulder. It's like, oh, you got me. I don't want to fight
Shoulders,
a baby
knees, and
hand
toes.
snake. Whatever that is.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
Thanks for listening, and be sure to check out our main RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, gaming discussions, and more. Available on Spotify and most other podcasting platforms.